Hey, everybody. Welcome to Mr. Hobbs' Gamerhood and another hopefully enjoyable journey into Kalmatta. We got some new players here and some old veterans, including the Spaniard from Spain, Gabriel. Hey, Gabriel. Say something about yourself and your character.
Well, actually, I'm not from Spain. That's an inside joke between Mr. Hobbs and myself. Today, I'm not running the Spaniard or the dwarf. Today, I'm running Hundolf Aesborson, something like that. A Norseman. He came to Kalmata following the steps of another Norseman, trying to see if he can plunder the place and take his riches with him.
Sounds fantastic. We also have someone who is sharing their screen, and that is Mr. Craig Brasco.
Hello, I'm Craig. I'm playing Inbara the Weary because my other character, Rastan, is along with the Spaniard out in the Kalmatta wilderness at this time. She is a cleric, and she represents Inald, the Countess of Law, and she's here seeking the roots of chaos in the jungles, putting an end to it.
Oh, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so now we'll come to our new players, also with first level characters. Looks like Erik.
Hello, my name is Erik. I'm going to be playing Dougal Bailey. He's a level 1 fighter. He's a Rornick retired sergeant, and he doesn't want to be retired. He says screw that, so he's coming to Kalmatta to get rich or die trying.
Now, he surely means retired, just with a pension, right? I hope. Apparently not enough. And last but not least, Stu.
Hey, yeah. So Stu, I'm first time here, so be gentle. But I rolled classic dwarf, Burl Copspeak. He's beardy. He's grumpy. He left his homeland in shame. He was a guard in the library, and his people's book of grudges went missing. So he's kind of in exile and hoping if he maybe returns after exploring and getting some loot, he might be welcomed back. So
I'm writing this down. Seeking the book of grudges. What would that be in Dwarven, Brasco?
No idea.
Oh, I thought you were like knowing all this Tolkien stuff.
No, man, I'm not that. I'm a huge Tolkien nerd, but
that's a 40K thing, right?
I don't know. It just seemed like it might be. It seemed like a classic dwarf thing to have just a book of things that you're angry and resentful about.
Sure.
Yeah.
Kuzdol, isn't that the name of their language?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I'm actually a guy. I mean,
yeah, you're a Tolkien nerd. Yeah.
No. Erik Hoffman.
Yeah.
All right. So here's Sindanor.
Okay.
So Sindanor is a small isthmus off the western edge of Kalmatta, the island of adventure. Is that what I call it? I don't know. Not coming to me. Anyhow, the conceit is all of you came here searching for something, most likely involving treasure and not death. And you're going to find one or the other, and we don't know which, and that's why we play the game. We got some new players, so the idea is the new characters came across on a boat, have landed here at Sindanor, and are moving up towards the RIP Inn, which was not named by me. That was Kevin Madison. Along with Stu and Erik here, all new patrons of Hobbs and Friends. So get on the bandwagon, people. Oh, that sounds terrible. All right. So I'm going to read this this thing that I read in the beginning of the game when we have new players. The great bronze gate of the Black Pyramid was sundered, and the head priest of Shabanil was slain. His elephantine head was carried upon 2 boar spears by courageous bearers back here to Sindanor. Your angry approach kicks up dust, and children, and Cleo, faces obfuscated by the tatters of linen wraps covering every inch of their bodies, scamper from the storyteller seated cross-legged on the dusty porch of the inn's boardwalk. Welcome, travelers. Welcome to Sindanor, gateway to Kalmatta, island of adventure. I can see by your faces you're confused by my story, but yes, it is true. The treasure vaults of Zadabad have been plundered, but do not fret. Vast wealth lies hidden by the growth of decades, and much of the Zadabadis lie undiscovered. Come into the inn and prepare yourselves for travel. Get a good night's rest, for it is likely your last.
Nice.
All right. Once we go through that, which I have no idea how many videos I have and how many times I've done it, but it seems like a lot. All right. Now we've established that you guys are hanging out in the inn. Someone has to pay 5 gold pieces in order to gather all of the hirelings and henchmen if anyone wants to hire anyone. You guys got enough money for that?
I don't.
I think I do. Let me check.
I think I've got 5 gold pieces to my name.
Yeah, I'm dead broke.
2.
This is going to be great.
No hiring. I'm not hiring anybody. I have no money.
Surely this jungle adventure can't go wrong.
No, it's not.
Okay, I have 15 gold pieces. Okay, so I throw in 5 gold to gather.
All right, so we gather some henchmen, and there are new arrivals. So here we are at the Rip Inn. All of the characters over here are player characters. You cannot hire them. These are 2 war dogs that might be available if you sweet talk the master well enough. And these are leveled characters. So war dogs are, I don't know what they are, whatever they cost in BX to get these, but you have to make a successful reaction roll. These are leveled characters, and they request a share of the treasure to journey with you. These guys all in here are man-at-arms and women-at-arms, and the going rate for them is 1 gold piece per day. The first day paid up front. I heard Brasco say that Inbara feels that she has no need for any sort of henchman, so isn't hiring one. It looks like Hundolfer is next in the line. So we got the guys all in line down here. You can see all their characters and their tokens. And back to the Rip Inn. Hundolfer, is he going to hire the Nordboard going to hire anybody?
Yeah, if there are any men at arm that knows how to use a spear.
I forgot to. I think
Look, there's
guys,
Marwick.
That guy does not have a spear. Larna does not have a. They can use a spear if you were to purchase one for them, but that doesn't mean they necessarily. Here's a guy with a spear. Who's this? It looks like Carius, the Caldoran, has a spear.
Carius? Okay.
So if you'd like to hire him, you can. Yeah. First, we'll decide what the payment is. How much are you going to pay him?
It's 1 gold a day.
You can. That's the going rate. You can try and get them for less. You can try and pay them more, and you might have a better chance. This is all basically going to affect the reaction roll. How successful you are at trying to hire them.
I offer him the standard rate, but he can have a quarter of a share.
Your share?
Yes.
Oh, nice. That sounds good. He's new. He doesn't know what's going on, so I'll give you a +1. So 2 dice 6 modified by your charisma roll, your charisma modifier +1.
Okay. I think I have a -1.
So you're straight up. Now tell me, you really want to love me forever. All right. So it's not a charisma check. It's actually a reaction roll. So it's 2d6 +1, and you rolled a d20.
Yeah.
So, roll 2d6 and an 8. Oh, see, it did it for you. Looks like you rolled a 6.
A 7?
So that doesn't seem correct because you had a -1. but you got a +1, so it should be
An 8.
I don't think that's quite enough. I think you need a 9. So he's interested, but you're going to have to sweeten the deal.
I have a light crossbow. He can have it if he knows how to use it.
Give him a light crossbow. All right, I'll give you another +1.
Okay, so
You can roll again, and you're basically going to get a total of +1. Still not enough. He's definitely interested, but he's you need just a little bit more. He's only got leather armor. If he could be better equipped, but if you don't have the money for that, I can understand. Or you can just give up on Carius if you'd like.
We need someone. Damn it. Okay, I give him up from another gold piece.
All right, I'll give you the same thing with another roll. So you get a total of +2, but with your -1, it's only a +1. Oh,
Yes.
There you go. Got it.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, so we got Carius.
Oh, excuse me.
Man, it's
So
hard for me to
Minotaur.
find this. All right, here we go. All right, so it looks like we have Dougal next. Is Dougal going to try and hire anybody?
Yeah, what's the how much are the porters?
All right, so porters and torchbearers are 5 silver pieces a day. So they're half, basically, of what the other guys are. But they will not fight.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and the man-at-arms are there any man-at-arms that have like range weapons up front besides like daggers, like bows or anything like that?
Some of them may. I would have to look. I should figure out a way to mark that on here so it would be quicker. But I haven't done that at this point. All right, not Cold Day. Not Falcro. Larna has a light crossbow.
Okay, yeah. I mean, my character is pretty unlikable, but I can try.
She looks like a Nordborn. What is the offer?
I'll offer her standard 1 gold piece per day, 1 gold piece up front.
Okay.
So that's the reaction roll then?
Yep.
All right.
This is nice that you can just use the character sheet and you don't have to type
Yeah.
All right, 9. That'll do it. Dougal. Apparently, Dougal, the old Rornik man, is going to take on this Nordborn. Her name is Larna Ilgsdottir.
All right.
And all assignments are due on Wednesdays by 11:59. So I needed to make sure that she figured out what was going on. So she says she has.
I'm trying to find. I haven't done this for a couple of weeks. I'm like slower. I'm slower, guys. I'm quicker on the dice. I think I'm quicker on the dice though, so I'll be ready when that comes. I cannot find your individual person, so I'm just going to make it all players. So an interesting idea about Larna being Nordborn and Dougal being Rornik is in the North Marches, they're kind of on each other's borders and they have a history of strife. That's something cool. What about Burl?
So was that last retainer? Was that just a torchbearer, or was that a person at arms?
Nope, that was a woman at arms at WAA there.
Man.
What that means.
So I'm pretty stingy with my 2 gold. Do any of the other, persons at arms seem like they might be, I don't know, crippled or geriatric or something?
Colvey is. I thought he was something else, but it doesn't really look like it. Not that I know of. There's a halfling, but they actually go for 3 gold pieces a day.
Oof.
normally.
Yeah.
I mean, you could try it. You just have a penalty.
Sure.
You're also going to be responsible for feeding your.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to bow out. I'm good.
You can go for a torchbearer or a porter if you'd like, but then that might just be a waste of money too if you feel like it. But they could carry a torch, and if you guys all have shields or two-handed weapons.
Actually, yeah, does anybody have any opinion on light source? I would like to rock a shield if I can.
Yeah, I can't afford a shield, so I can carry a torch.
All right.
Yeah, I've got a shield too.
Cool. Then I'd say let's press on.
All right, nice. So Gabriel playing Hundolfer is our caller. So let's get a marching order.
Okay.
Okay.
Now you're not going to be able to control the other tokens, but I'll help. But like, who's in the front?
That would be me, and Karius behind me with his spear.
Yeah, if you happen to have a spear, you can attack from the second rank. We also use the shield can be sundered rule. So if you have a shield, you can just trash it, and you will survive that damage. That damage will be removed, but your shield will be lost. Is Burl going to be up in the front?
I'll volunteer for the front. I got pretty lucky on my random gold, so I have plate and a shield, so I'm pretty tanky.
Is that Stu or Dougal? I could
Dougal.
Okay.
And Burl's similar with plate and shield. So
Then
good
either
either
way.
way.
All right,
Yep.
I'll volunteer then.
So is this good, you guys, right here? Whoa.
Sure.
All right. So as normal, using the Kalmatta journal from the Audio Dungeon Discord, we have established what that not only was Gabriel the caller, but we intend to do some exploration.
Oh boy.
Not in the ruins, but
Okay.
just in the wilderness of Kalmatta. The northern shore of the Plague Bay seems to be our objective today. So
Okay.
here we are on the player's map. Well, I guess everyone's map, right? But
How many hit points does Karius has?
oh, that's a good question. Whoa, I'm listening to myself speak. There we go. Let me see here. I'll tell you guys all your henchmen's statistics. Larna has a light bow, a light crossbow, a dagger, leather, and shield. She has 4 hit points, AC 7.
All right.
You should check right now. Whatever your charisma is will affect what her morale is.
Yeah.
So you can just have that in knowledge prepared. Who's this? This is Karius. Karius is Keldoran. Looks like he was ex-gladiator or something. He's got leather and shield. So that's AC 6. He's got a spear, dagger, and a light crossbow. And 4 hit points. I don't think I said that. And I think is that it? You guys only got 2 dudes? Yeah, there's 4 of you, 2 dudes. Nice. This is a good party. We can get a lot done with only 4 players and 2 henchmen. All right, any other questions before we take off? You are going to be responsible for the food of yourself and your henchman if you have one.
Okay. We have get some rations there.
Pretty expensive. So if you buy standard rations, no matter how many you have left over, they'll all be gone at the end of the session. Whereas if you have iron rations, they'll last from session to session.
Yep. I got a week of iron rations.
Yeah, same.
That's 15 gold.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, I got mine with the roll up.
Standard
Yeah.
is 5.
That's why she doesn't have a shield.
Gonna get another week of standard. Okay.
You can also forage or hunt or whatever. I'm using the BX rules other than our Eric Hoffman created house rules mostly. All right, so we ready?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are still on the map. I'm the one who switched over. All right. Still on the map. Here's where the party is on the isthmus off of, and then this is Kalmatta. I had mentioned to Gabriel and to the people, if you noticed it on Discord, that this area has not actually ever been traveled. it was only traveled by water. And so, but part of this coast can be seen. Some of this up to maybe most of this actually had been traveled. I forgot that was during Gamehole Con. But like no one has ever actually been all the way to this ruined watchtower here. All right, so let's see what happens. So I was watching the Blackhawks instead of pre-rolling any encounters. We'll be able to go through that real time. Sorry.
Okay, so the coast, it counts as light jungle.
Yeah.
Okay, or there is like sand and we can go faster.
Yeah, maybe for a little while here, but it actually the height above sea level moves up. They turn into cliffs up there a few miles north of Sindanor. These are 1 mile hexes, so you could go along the coast. Sand, coastal sand. That would probably be one. I'll give you a 1 movement point for a couple hexes there.
Okay.
So
we go there.
and
there.
Yep.
Okay.
So I use 18 movement points, but the different terrain has different costs. Probably a couple more. It's probably not going to start going up, I think, until 5449 or so. And it kind of goes up sharply, and then it turns into rocky cliffs.
Okay. So we keep going, trying to make the most of the terrain.
And you're just passing through, correct?
Yeah.
It's gracious.
Okay.
Oh, cool. All right. Yeah. So that's only 1, 2, 3. You've only gone, 4 miles. So yeah, 4 out of the 18. So you haven't really traveled too far at this point. You do know that this area over here has relatively been unexplored. People are just saying, because you guys are, edging right along the coast, traveling that sandy beach until the coast is starting to ascend into like some rocky cliffs. You're still fine.
Okay, so we keep close to the coast. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm gonna keep moving until you tell me that's okay.
All right, you guys can each roll a d6.
Okay.
Okay.
You can roll it if you have a henchman as well for them.
And that's for me, and the other one is for Carius.
Second one's for Lorna.
So as it starts to raise, you can kind of see out into the bay. There's a heavy smell of the water spraying in along the cliff face or waking up on top of the beach as you're traveling up that way. You can only see 3 miles, so that's why it's still blanked out that far. You can't see any farther than that just from the curvature of the planet. The jungle is forbidding, and but it doesn't seem overly dense, but still whatever you would consider like a temperate rainforest. So still pretty dense. So far the weather's held off, and it looks like a crystal clear bay out there, making the Plague Bay seem like a misnomer to the newcomers, which I guess is all of you guys. So far, you've been traveling. It's hot, but the misty spray is adding some salt on you. And other than that, really, you can hear the regular sounds of the jungle, and you can see it off to your right. Fairly dense, but not as heavy as you've heard that it can get.
Okay. So
You can keep
We'll
going.
pushing along the.
Okay, so here's where it starts to ascend. So it's going to be 2 movement points for
Okay,
every hex.
so it's
We're getting into like cliffs.
Yep. It's not like it's just because it's ascending a slight hill or the elevation has changed slightly on the island. So the water is below you now. All right. So it is about
6.
halfway through the day. It's been about a half day that you guys have been marching. It seems like the normal presence of the animals has kind of lessened a little bit.
You mean the sounds, natural
The
sounds?
sounds, and you can still see, like seagulls and erns and stuff on the water, presumably either coming or going from the islands that exist in the Plague Bay. But here on the you don't see like anything moving around that much.
Do we see further into the sea?
Sure. I'll give you another mile.
It's like I can actually hear the ocean breeze.
It has this weird rhythmic cadence.
It comes and goes.
No, that's quality immersion right there.
Yeah.
Hey, I do my best.
Special
You guys are getting your
effects we
money's
get
worth.
on Hobbs and Friends.
That's right.
Okay. Let's keep pushing our way.
All right. So as you move up a little farther, you can kind of hear like a distant sound of perhaps cicadas or something like that. But it does get cut off quickly, almost like mid. Something happens, and it seems like it's deeper into the jungle.
Yikes.
That's fine.
It's giving us all the giant predator around signals.
And I'm assuming you guys stopped for lunch already.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we stopped like for a few minutes, trying to see if or hear if there anything else around us. That sound starts again, or it just is shut down for good.
Yeah, you don't. You guys wait for a little while and tensely listening, and your people with bows are white knuckling those weapons, and you guys are prepared, but nothing else really seems to happen. I should say it looks like maybe a half mile to 3/4 of a mile up the coast. It looks like there's you can actually see like a small, it's not really an isthmus that's connected, but just kind of like the cliff is lower at the sea level, and then it kind of juts out, and on top of this sort of island, almost, it's not really an island, more like a plateau or something, just only maybe a few hundred yards attached, there is an old ruin sitting atop that, like just hanging off the edge of the cliff almost. It's on the surface of the island surface, but it just it's like actually hanging out over top of the sea.
Wow. So that you can reach the place because there's low tide, or
no, it's because you're above it. It would never be underwater because you're at high tide now, but you're still, a good 100 feet above the sea level at this point.
Okay.
And but you can see it. You would be able to see it from here. So that's why I told you.
So do we see any like smoke rising from the ruins or anything?
You guys can all roll a d6.
And for our henchmen.
Yep. Just we can roll 2d6 if you have henchmen. What do we got? We got Kari and who else we got?
Yeah.
Carius and Burl. Did you hire someone? No,
I did
Dougal
not.
did, right?
Yeah.
Dougal, what's your henchman's name?
Was it something with an L, but the sheet changed?
What's that?
It was something with an L, but the I can't see her on the map anymore with her token.
Oh, so you don't remember? You didn't write this down?
I wrote every one of her stats down. It's like Larna or something like that.
It is Larna. That's
Lorna.
good. Redheaded Larna. You're correct. All right. So the heavily scarred Carius points out, it looks like he sees a larger, some type of bird or something. It looks like winging away above this ruins. And he points it out, and even from this distance, you would say that whatever kind of beast it is, it's larger than most winged creatures.
A demon.
It looks actually more like a four-legged winged creature.
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
But it looks like, it quickly, you lose sight of it. It's above the far above the ruin, but it was still big, but then you kind of lose sight as it looks like it moves up the coast or deeper north into the jungle.
Was it flying like around the ruin, or did we just see it when we looked towards the ruin?
You just saw it when you guys were kind of looking over the ruin. It's hard to tell if it didn't look like it was circling or anything.
Okay.
Just happened to be passing over while we looked.
Yeah, 4 legs isn't bad. Then we don't have to fight over the drumsticks.
True.
Well, I guess our henchmen get the wings.
Yep. Or scales.
Maybe something there is carried away, or maybe you used to come here to feed and now there's nothing. I don't know.
It could be a nesting place for its disgusting spawn.
Maybe it's the source of chaos that you're looking for.
Indeed.
I bet he has the Book of Grudges and he just flew off.
Oh no. I guess we better go home.
I don't mind facing chaos, but I don't think I want to face that much chaos.
Yeah.
Winged chaos, flying chaos.
Yeah, that's a bit on the heavy side of chaos.
Okay, so do we want? Okay, I'm the caller.
Yes.
Yes, sir, you are.
Oh boy. So what are you gonna do, Gabriel?
Okay, yeah, let's approach the ruins carefully. I taking advantage of the jungle, like going from palm tree to.
Okay, so you would guess it's about mid to late afternoon. So you still have, a few hours of daylight left over. And I'm going to give you. Where's this at? There we go. This is what I was looking for. This is kind of what you see. You would be approaching. I guess this is awkward. I guess you would be. This is messed up. So it's south to the top of the map. To the top of this picture is to the south. But that's kind of how it juts out over top of the sea. Those would be more like maybe like palm trees or something there. Relatively well beaten, well trod. Okay.
Okay.
Did something show up or not? I didn't see it pop on the map yet, but maybe it's just not there yet. Oh, I'm looking at the.
Maybe how to move us.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you guys didn't see anything?
No.
We're on the Kalmatta map.
But the description was so colorful.
Yeah, that's all you
Oh,
needed.
nice.
I feel like I was there.
So the top is the south.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I should have turned it, but I didn't. That's
Nice,
laziness.
Okay, so we come. Where is? So we come. This.
I'll
Okay.
just do this. This will make it easy.
Wait, what? What's happening?
Oh, you guys can't see anything?
No.
Quick. I forgot that I didn't do this yet. Hey, come here, you.
Uh-huh.
See, that's the bonus for being the person who shows their screen. You're always the first one to see everything.
You want me to X out the inset?
I just put that there so you could kind of see it a little easier because I have
Oh, okay.
some things you can't see because of where you're standing. Those are the walls, blocking as it is above you. As it rises, the walls rise.
Sorry, as a heads up, it's like storming violently where I live right now. So
Nice.
Hopefully, I won't get kicked out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys would be approaching from this direction along the coast. No, that's wrong, isn't it?
No, yeah, we're from
Yeah,
the
you'd
other
be
one.
coming from the south.
So from
It'd be
here.
over here, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'll move you guys. I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah, maybe around here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Nice map, by the way.
I did not make this. I stole this, but I left the person's name. It looks like they have a Patreon. If anyone, Neutral Party at Patreon.
Okay. Nice.
I just blocked out Patreon. I don't even know why, but
It's okay.
Okay.
It's only room for one Patreon on this stream.
that's right.
That's right. Yeah, well said.
I like it. Yeah, good job. All
Kudos
right,
to
Gabriel, what do you want to do? So it looks like it's a there's ground level. You can kind of see through some of this broken area through here, through this wall. It looks like it's been old enough or breached from some past battle. And then it looks like it kind of goes up. You guys are close enough that you can't necessarily see over the wall. They're about 20 feet high. And it looks like there's 2 or 3 different levels. And then the watchtower is in the far southwest corner, which would be the tallest area. There's a large courtyard in the middle. You guys are quietly sitting there watching. This is 5 feet per square. I don't even know if this is going to work. Oh, yeah, it works. Nice. So, yeah, you're about, we'll say 60, 70 feet from the wall and deeper inside.
100. Yeah.
You can kind of hear like kind of a weird kind of maybe like an animal keening sound of some sort. You think it's coming from somewhere inside the walls.
And I'm sorry, did you mention what time of day it was?
Late afternoon, mid to late afternoon.
Is it a quick roll call on the ranged weapons?
I have a sling.
Sling. Okay. Got a crossbow.
Yeah.
I got nothing. I got a dagger.
Okay, anyone with rage and weapons, just be ready. And we're gonna just, I guess, advance
Knock on the front door.
like here, 30 feet, cautiously.
Use the shrubbery as cover.
So this is like this is a heavily rubble strewn area, but you're tall enough to see past it. So it would be very difficult to walk through there. But if you went this way through here, it's obvious where the ground is, and you can actually make it through there if you wanted to walk.
Oh, okay.
What is how high does like the watchtower in the back like rise up above this? Can it like does it have like perfect sight over this whole area?
Yeah, but you would guess that it actually watched over the bay just because that would be the direction that it would be.
Okay.
Let's use the trees like for cover and like move like through here.
Okay, yeah.
As you guys are approaching, oh, you're going around that way. That's cool. You can kind of you start to hear kind of some sort of strange. I don't know if I should say strange. Very, it seems natural in the wild. More like kind of a not a dog yapping sound, but like the clacking of bone fingers, maybe, or something like that, and some kind of. But more than one of them, like multiple ones.
Weird.
over top of maybe the sound of the that kind of high keening sound that you heard before.
So we know there's multiple. Does anyone? I have a couple flask of oil. Does anyone else have anything like that?
I have one flask of oil.
Like 5 of them.
We can nuke them.
Most of us are just like these heavy armor wearing fighter types that aren't very sneaky though.
Yeah.
We could dig up a pile of worms as a diversion.
Okay.
So do we get any better view when we are from here?
Yeah, actually, you kind of do. Here, I'll just move you guys over. So you kind of see something sort of strut forward on 4 legs. You can just kind of see the top of it, but it has large wings that pop up, and you can kind of see as it starts to approach the edge. I'm going to move it farther so you can see it, but you can't really see all of it just because of the angle. But most of it, as it just kind of seems to be strutting up along the top of part of the parapet up there.
Okay.
So it looks like it's got 4 legs, the face of an eagle, and eagle wings, but the lower body appears to be some sort of animal. It's about, you would guess like the withers where the top of the shoulders are, probably about 3 to 4 feet high. And as it's walking around, it seems like it's, flapping its wings, but it's not flying. And its mouth is just kind of opening and shutting. And it's kind of going,
Like a youngling or something like that. That still doesn't fly.
Yeah, griffins or hippogriffs might be above our pay grade.
Okay, I think we just keep moving like that way, away from this place.
okay. You guys are leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're GTF over, he says.
Yeah, no thanks.
Back to the wilderness.
We'll just make a note in the journals.
Yes.
All righty.
What do we call it, like Griffin Tower or Hippogriff Tower or something?
Well, yeah, I guess so. If we know what those are.
All right, so you guys will get, you have 1 new hack that no one's been in, maybe 2. And this will count as a location though, because you found this.
Cool.
This you get XP for this.
Okay, so sorry. We should try to find a place to make a camp, I guess. So we can still have movement, right?
Yes, you still have 13. It looks like I'm pretty sure you still have about 6 hexes of movement.
Let me check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11. Yeah. 11, 13, like 5. Yes, like 5 moves, like a couple of. Okay, let's keep moving along the coast.
All right. All right. It looks like to your north and east, it increases the density of the jungle.
Okay.
Brasco, roll a d6, or
Okay.
no, actually, one of you guys should, either Stu or Eric,
Go for it, Stu.
or should I say
Yeah.
Erich?
5.
5. All right, as you guys are moving by, it seems like you can see something that seems to be shadowing you in the jungle, moving along with you.
Oh boy.
Do we want to like maybe lure it into a trap or an ambush or something?
Are we suspecting it's the bird thing?
Could be.
In the jungle, I don't think so.
When you say shadowing, Hobbs, like
It looks
from,
like
from above, or
nope. When you I don't know, like when you watch an old western or like things in a movie, you can see like you guys are moving and you can kind of see like some sort of figure or figures
Okay.
also moving in the jungle beside you. You know, maybe 20, 30 yards away, kind of flitting, and like when you stop, then they stop.
And we're out in the open right now.
No, you're kind of in jungle, but there's a cliff on your left side. And here, I'll give you an idea. How's that sound? You guys are kind of trailblazing, moving in your formation, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's keep moving and see if these keep following us.
Our range people are in the back of our formation, right? So if someone jumped on them, they'd get.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it's that time in the movies when, you know, the First Nation person comes up to the cowboy and he's like, "Did you see him?" "Yeah, I saw him." "How many do you have?" I'm saying they just seem to be following us for now. All right, so as you guys make your way up the coast for another mile, it seems like they're still there, and you can maybe go one more hex before it's time to find a camp.
Okay. Can you open up the map more?
I'm on
What
it.
do we see? Oh, okay, okay.
And the taste of fresh hex.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, we keep going along the coast.
All right, so the sun is falling behind the mountains and the greater hilllands of the jungles, and darkness is, long shadows across the bay, and it feels like the sun will set any moment. What are you going to do? You're going to try and camp here?
Yeah, let's gonna try to find a suitable place.
On the beach.
There's
No,
no
we are-
beach here.
There's
We're
no
on the
beach.
Mm-mm.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
At least we have a place for we know nobody's gonna come behind us, I guess.
True.
Yeah, because it's a cliff below you. You can hear the
The Thunder Cliffs.
You're at least protected from one side unless, they charge you and push you off
Yeah.
of it.
Right.
what the heck's going on here? Oh, I see.
If we know people are trailing us, we can always leave a decoy campfire and perch out from beyond the edge of the fire with our ranged weapons and wait for them to.
sleep just in the shadows of the fire and pretend like we're actually all sleeping with no watch and be ready.
Maybe some sort of trickery, maybe.
Yeah. Some combination of those two.
So we have only one dwarf, right? Only one can see in the dark.
That's right.
Everybody else is a human.
All right. So this is pretty exciting. Let's do this.
Okay.
So there's the cliff face and the sea.
Wow.
And there's you guys.
That's like
Advanced photo editing techniques. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And this is all on the fly. So
hey man, yes.
It works.
It's like a cliff edge.
Yeah,
It's
it works.
impressive. It's impressive.
all right. So where are you going to go? So it does look like there's some larger structures. It's like rocks or elevation. There's some, palm trees, and it even looks like maybe there's some sort of trail or something that's winding along here for some unknown reason.
Hey, we can set camp like here,
Yeah, you guys can set up wherever you want.
and like some of us we can be here, and maybe some go behind this outcrop of rock.
Are you going to have a fire?
Uh, yeah, let's make a fire.
Where's that going to be?
Let's make a fire.
Seems the wind's picking up.
Let's make a fire like here.
That's where it would make sense if you're making a fire in real life, right?
All right, there you go. So you guys can put your tokens wherever you are. You do still feel like you're being watched.
Hide in the
Maybe
bushes.
Buril can go around and try to see if he can spot someone.
Can
Alone?
I don't know. He's the only one that can see in the dark.
can this rock formation, can I get like a top of it?
Yeah, you can climb up there.
Just kind of look out.
Roll a d6. All right, so yeah, Burl grumpily crawls up on this rock formation, shifting around on the top, holding his shield and trying to spot something. As he's crawling up, it seems like far out in the bay, he thinks he sees like a shifting light, but it's lost to the mists of the darkness. But in the jungle itself, he doesn't really see anything. Oh wait, right there, it looks like kind of a brief light kind of floats 20 yards away in the jungle and then kind of flicks off.
In which general direction was that? Got it. Okay. All right. And that was aerial, or is it near ground level?
Within about 3 feet of the ground.
Okay. All right. I jump down and kind of report back. I'm happy to hang up there and take a watch if we want.
Okay.
Let's see. We got how many characters do we have that have ranged weapons?
I have a sling. I think there's a henchman with a crossbow. And,
Yeah.
Burl has a crossbow.
Okay, so 3.
I don't know if we know we're being watched and they know we're being watched. And they have, I don't know, we could even like tiki torch it maybe.
Yeah,
Please no.
yeah, man. Might as well.
So, Handel, he just moves to the edge of the light of the campfire, and he just shouts out, "Show your face! We are tired of this hide and seek game."
Nice.
All right, roll a 2d6 modified by your charisma. Curious to see what happens.
So, like a reaction,
Yeah,
Yep.
let's do a reaction roll.
just a bitch roll.
Oh no. Oh
right.
dear.
All right, so Hundolfer, yells out, "Show yourself!" Roll a d6, Hundolfer. All right, so he's like shouting out, and he kind of hears like this, and the leaves around her are kind of shifting around, and
The natives with blowguns.
Mm.
what's your AC?
It's AC 3.
AC 3. I'm pretty sure none of those are going to hit you. 13 is the max. Oh, no. Yeah, and you can kind of hear them. They don't even get close enough to bounce off your shield or anything. You can just kind of hear of the leaves kind of shifting around. And a small phalanx suddenly bursts from the foliage nearby and attacks you. They have like bone clubs and wooden spears. They're short. They're only about 4 feet tall. And I should have something here to show y'all. This is what they look like.
Oh,
Whoa.
Chameleon man.
Little lizard dudes.
Yeah, they're short and they kind of have maybe bigger eyes, and the fingers are wide. They're not like human fingers, like in this picture, how they're just like normal and long, kind of like a human. The end of them actually are kind of bulbous almost, and have almost like suckers on them with a slight claw or something. But
Like-
they do look.
Like
Go
a
ahead.
gecko
man.
style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly. There's some other lizards that are like that too, but
Sure.
they are very thin, and they're kind of a light mottled green and brown. But they don't seem happy.
No, they
kind
don't.
of they were pissed off at Hundolfer apparently. And
Chameleon man.
is that what I called it?
That's
I didn't
what
know
the
that was
That's what the
yeah.
picture says. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time I did it, some of this stuff I did like a year and a half, 2 years ago. So
Okay. That's a cool name as well. Chameleon man.
Chameleon man. Yeah. Anyway, so these other ones attack with their weapons, and the ones from behind have spears that they attack Hundolfer with. You got surprised. That's what the one was.
Oh sure.
How many are there? 6?
You see 3. Oh, sorry, I didn't put them on the right.
Oh, I just thought they were blended in real well.
Like
They are. I forgot I had them on the wrong layer. Sorry. So that misses. Barely. That one deflects off of your shield. Your AC 3. Oh, you don't have a shield.
no, I just like
Yeah, you just
twist and turn away from the.
yeah, you neo from Mr. Anderson out of the way.
Mr.
Right.
Anderson.
So who did we decide? Was it Stu is the IP initiative person?
Sure.
Yeah, let's
Sure.
do it.
Because these guys definitely seem hostile. So
Do side base D6.
yep. Don't think a 4 is going to hold up. Oh, but it does. All right, let's just see what you do first, Hundolfer, since you're out here with these small little lizard Men, Camelio men.
I shout like
Again.
lizard man, and just swing my two axes on this one, the one next to me.
Go ahead.
Okay, so it's here. It's +1. Oh, it's a miss.
Did you miss?
Yes.
Hundolfer, you have a henchman, Carius, the
Yeah.
Keldorn gladiator. He looks like he's hanging out back here. All you guys can, decide what you want to do. This is outdoor
Okay.
movement. If you have heavy armor, you can move 20 feet, which is 4 squares.
So this area is like
Heavy foliage, yeah.
So you can move through there, or
Sure.
okay.
And basically, you're just bashing through there. Now, Carius actually, I think, has leather armor,
Yeah, he has leather. Yes.
so he can actually move a little quicker than that. He can probably move 6 squares.
Okay.
Yeah, light
Okay,
armor
so-
is 30 feet around, so that's 6 squares.
6
Unarmored
squares.
is 40. So
So he can move like through here, I guess. Oh, come on. The next behind me.
Okay.
you can move him, can't you?
So here in attack from second rank with a spear. With this guy.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Wow,
Nice.
I hit.
Got
Take a
it.
hit.
That's D6, right?
Yeah.
Hobbs.
Yeah.
The little
Wow.
guy.
How much did you do?
6.
Maximum
yeah,
damage.
So, yeah, he charges up there and skewers this poor Camelio man. Kills him dead. Is Imbara not going to do anything? Dougal, Larna?
Well, hold
Oh,
on.
sorry.
I was just like flanking, and I wanted to try to use a sling on one of these guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. One moment. 87.
Oh, boy. It sounds like there's a lot of a flurry of stuff happening.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was Gabriel, that dirty
Okay.
dog. Apparently, I didn't put the total stats for these guys in here.
Okay.
So I am looking them up in Treasure Vaults of Zadabad, even though they're not really in here, but I reskinned one of the things in here.
Sure.
Here it is. Their AC is 6.
Damn.
They're wiry sons guns.
Yep. Just missed him.
Just a bit outside.
Just outside.
All right, so Dougal.
All right,
Burl?
so yeah, how high is this rock that Burl's on?
8 feet tall.
Okay, and does that give his character like vision of that area?
Sure.
Okay, then I'm gonna have Dougal is going to move. He's in heavy armor, so the diagonal squares are 10 feet.
No,
Or is
just
it
one
5?
square. still.
Okay, so he's gonna move up here and chuck a torch. So
All right.
over basically past past the lizardmen or chameleon men over there.
Okay.
So, and then I'll draw my sword the next round,
Where do you want it to be?
like right there, where that arrow was just terminating. How do I do the?
You just go
Just click. Just click
the ruler.
that.
Yeah, it looks kind of like a comb with a circle attached to it.
Yeah.
Click on it, and then you can control it that way.
Okay.
This is not a lit torch, or this is a lit torch, or
This would. How about I will light the torch and then I guess I can chuck it next round. But I will light the torch right now for the benefit of us human characters and walk up there.
okay.
And then Larna is going to climb the rock She's in leather, and she's gonna climb the rock up towards where the dwarf is, so that she can shoot her crossbow now that there's vision.
Okay. So I should tell you now that our house rule for firing into melee, these guys aren't into melee yet because they were using spears from out of melee. But if you do fire into melee, you have a choice. You can either take a -4 and you won't have an option of hitting anyone else in the melee. But if you don't take that penalty and you roll a 1, 2, 3, or 4, you automatically hit an ally.
Oh, okay. I was hoping that the extra 8 feet would help mitigate that.
No, if they're in hand to hand, it won't matter.
Okay.
Because they're shifting around, they're not necessarily in front of each other or any of that. So
yeah, in that case, then she just has a dagger, so she'll just fire then at this guy and take the -4.
Okay.
There and so I don't.
It looks like a hit.
Oh, that's a good roll.
I don't. I think it's how far away are you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's +1.
No, that's not. That's long. That's almost
a
long
crossbow?
range for a dagger. No.
No, this is a light
crossbow.
crossbow.
Oh yeah. You
Yeah.
hit. So you'd have a +1. Yeah, you definitely hit. Which one? The
Okay.
top or bottom one?
The one directly in front of her. The top one.
This
Yeah.
guy.
Did you roll damage?
No, what is that? A D6?
Yep.
Yep.
D6. All right. So the crossbow kills him.
Nice.
Looks like these chameleon men bit off more than they could chew.
All right.
Burl.
Does Burl have a clean shot to this one?
Yes. He's
Not
you
counting in
didn't have
melee.
I didn't meant to tell you, you didn't have to take a -4 yet because that guy is not in melee. As soon as they are, because they were from in the second rank with spears.
Right.
So yeah, you don't have a minus of shooting at these guys right now.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's all good.
Up or down, you wouldn't have. But I like the idea. So Burl can fire as if you'd like.
Okay, take a shot.
That
Oh,
hits.
nice. Wow.
Nice.
All right, yeah. So with missile fire and Carius, the gladiator spear, it looks like you guys quickly deal with these guys who foolishly rushed in, because only fools rush in.
Do they actually have shields?
They do not.
Oh, okay.
Do these guys appear to have blowguns on them?
They don't have them in their hands or anything. No.
Okay.
Maybe we can search around. Yeah.
Yeah, search the bodies.
Search the body and maybe like
Can we
Yeah,
use
right.
their bodies as shields against blowguns?
We could. Just kind of drape them over you.
So let's roll initiative.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was gonna say it does. I don't think combat's over if those guys don't have the blowguns.
True.
So
Beat a 1.
come on, Stu.
you can do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
With these, good. I wasted that 6. All right. So what are you guys gonna do?
Let's see.
I mean, doesn't only. Well, I don't know who actually knows where the blowgun fire came from outside of.
Do I see any other Pete signature from
Yeah.
top?
Assuming the fire.
Golfer's gonna run into the woods. So you're quite a ways from the light.
Oh,
It's
right.
dark. There's a torch over here, but you're kind of getting into the range of outside of the torch light.
Hmm.
So
Careful.
you may
there,
not want to go
Gopher.
that far. Yeah, you may not want to go that far.
Maybe we can back up and take defensive positioning around this rock.
Around the campfire.
Yeah, I could make it back there.
And use this big rock as cover and
And Burl up on top.
Yeah, he would see anybody coming. Hopefully.
You could stack the 3 bodies as a sandbag.
Are you guys going to
Crack the
retreat then?
swallow.
Are you guys going to retreat, or are you going to grab the bodies?
Well, I'm not gonna grab the body, so
not
I'll
gonna
Okay.
grab a-
come back
just,
here.
just move your guys where you're going. Yeah.
That's 6 squares, I think, for me.
Um,
Okay.
Oh, can I? I'm gonna leave my torch next to the bodies. By the way.
That's fine.
Yeah, leave the torch there.
Yeah. So
Set him on fire.
yeah, over there.
Wonderful. Are you going back?
And then Larna's gonna go up there with Burl.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
Reload her.
He's gonna grab the torch. He's gonna grab the torch and throw it like there.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes more sense for like our fire range.
And we're gonna move with Carius like behind these trees.
Oh, okay. So you're going over there. All right. Here, I think this is going to be a lot easier if I do this differently. I'm not sure it's going to matter, but.
Whenever I get to take an action again too, I'd like to do something.
Yeah, go ahead. What are you doing?
Just take. I had 6 torches, so I'll take 1 more, and I want to just light up the trail to the north of us as well. Like, just give us some more range where we're not going to get stuck up on.
Can you guys see anything right now or no?
No.
So
Trying to make it seem better. So, all right. So that means I have to do this. There we are. I should take the tokens from the same place that already has the. Can you see now, Brasco?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Cool. That does make life easier.
nice.
All right, Hobbs. So what I was doing with the torch is I was going to take another torch and chuck it up to the north here.
All right.
To the edge of the firelight, so I can get it up here. Yeah, cool.
All right, Hundolfer, can you barely see yourself there?
Yeah, I see myself here. Yeah.
Okay. So you're definitely almost in the darkness. Oh, and as you guys are moving and you can hear torches lighting and flying through the air, you can kind of almost vaguely see a glint of something off of green, shiny skin, and then the foliage moves, but you don't really see anything approach or anything else for the.
Where do we see that?
Only Hundolfer saw it, maybe 10 or 15 feet in front of them.
Okay, like here.
Oh wait, I was just showing you, but I was on the wrong layer.
Sounds like a good time for some oil.
You gonna do anything, Hundolfer?
Just gonna move to where I saw the movement, like hacking with my both axes in front of me. Giving a more shout. Northman, no.
The Nordburn shouts out and starts ginsuing into the foliage. You see foliage flopping around as he's with his golf swing horizontal.
I attack the darkness.
And you don't hit anything solid.
Damn.
I like that though. Is anyone else going to do anything?
I'm just.
I'm gonna prepare. Prepare a flask of oil.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Cool.
I think Carius would run back to the safety of with the light.
In the darkness.
Yeah.
Burl's just gonna be trying to keep an intense lookout for any further sign of movement or
Intense.
In Boris, yes. With
Right.
her sling ready.
Larna's going to go off of Burl's cue.
Are you guys
some
sweating?
serious beard stroking.
Easy. This is a full family channel. You guys, some tense moments pass. You can hear the sizzle of the torches and the campfire as a light drizzle starts up, pattering off of the foliage in the palm trees around you. The waves are descending as the tide is going out, and nothing really happens for about 10 minutes.
Handler, if you gotta go grab the torch and like walk around.
Puts away one of his axes.
Yeah, back and forth. Like, show yourself, creatures.
All right, so the Nordborn is wandering around in the woods. Awesome. All right, you can move around now.
Okay.
Maybe we could provoke them by like desecrating their dead or something.
Yeah.
So Hundolfer is going around shouting Nordborn curses and trying to find the Chameleon Man, but I really prefer Chameleon Man.
Okay. Great coupon. Chameleon.
All right, so what is everyone else doing? You guys are all tensed up, but you're starting to loosen up and realizing that what's Hundolfer look like? Does he actually have like that, like a wolf pelt over his body, or what's going on with that, Gabriel?
Yeah, probably he's like sweating like a pig under that.
Crazy berserker going nuts. This is very Colonel Kurtz.
He doesn't have actually a playmail, maybe like pieces off and over some
With like bone and
hide,
yeah.
like pieces of metal armor. Not actually.
I think that maybe we could try like provoking them by like desecrating their dead or something to get them to charge us. Make them like stop being clever and piss them off.
Okay.
Search the bodies and burn them.
Well, yeah. So I'm gonna walk up to Dougal will walk up to one of the bodies here, and I'm gonna light a torch, Hobbs, and I will. Then I'll throw one more torch. I have 3 left. I'll throw it here.
This is only day 1.
Yeah. And then draw my sword, and I will say, "You see what you make me do, you savages!" And I will just start with my plate foot, just start smashing, stomping the head of the Chameleon Man. You see what you make me do, you savages!
All right, so Dougal the Roarn's acting like he's got some Nordborn captives back in Roarn in the northern marches, and or perhaps one of the Keldoran Praetorians that rule there starts curb stomping some of the Chameleon on with his jack boots.
Burl smiles for the first time today.
Oh goodness. This hey, we're bringing law to these chaotic creatures, right?
Actually, Imbar is getting kind of weirded out at this time.
I spit on their corpses and yell, "You are nothing!"
All right, so we've got some Rornic curses joining the Nordborns, and still, nothing happens. It's quite possible that maybe they already fled after a portion of their group was so easily slain. But hey, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Should we go feed them to the birds? or
Well, we
all
can
the
throw.
shouting and stuff, though, does seem to have done something,
Oh,
as
no.
a loud avian screech seems to echo across the cliff face, bouncing into the bay and rolling up over top of
Oh, jeez.
you guys from the south.
I might get down from the top of the rock.
Yeah, good idea.
He's gonna do that too.
Might want to roll off of there.
Might pop on under a tree.
Yeah, I'm gonna search these bodies before I have to abandon them to the giant eagle creature thing.
All right,
do they look like their skin like slimy, or like they are covered in some kind of substance?
near amphibian, possibly, you're not sure, but they do have like a vegetation loincloths, so loincloths, made out of like mashed vines and leaves, and they have like a man bag, a satchel over their
Wow.
shoulders.
Okay.
What are you saying? What about?
Nothing. Sorry.
Come on, Brasco.
My bad.
So you can grab one of those from each of them if you like, and it looks like they had spears.
Okay.
Cool.
So 3 vegetable man bags.
Cool. Spears will be useful too. Lorna will take a spear because she only had a dagger and a crossbow, so I'll give
Yeah,
one to her.
they would be more like javelins for you guys.
That's a
'Cause-
D4.
Exactly.
What do they have in those bags? Like food, or
Are you guys hanging out there where you're at, where the bodies are, or are you moving into the towards
we
the
just,
rock, or
we can
I'm
move
hiding
into
in the tree.
yeah? So go ahead and move wherever
Yeah.
you guys are into
Should
the
we,
lee of the. Into
Should,
the
should we
lee
chuck
of
the
boulder.
bodies on the top of the rock and place a nice little torch next
Oh,
to one of
yeah,
them?
like a snack.
Yeah,
Like that.
an
That is a
offering
good idea.
to our new bird friend.
Sure.
don't
Now
think
that
so.
I wouldn't be behind. I could help with that.
if I want to touch those.
But she's
All right,
really
I'll
weak.
help. I'll drag the bodies on top of the rock.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
All right, so
Okay.
now the Nordborn seems cautious, not wanting to touch them like they might have, frog toad disease and you might get warts or something. The rest of you guys start carrying him on here, and you can. There's at one point where one of the screech wails out as you're crawling it up, and you can actually feel this kind of sweep by as your hair and stuff shifts with a wind that quickly went overhead by something fairly large.
Wow.
Oh,
When
yes.
you're looking up, it looks like one of the creatures that you saw soars down, but quite a bit larger.
Okay.
It didn't attack anyone, but it was low enough that you could feel its presence move by.
So head of the eagle and body of something else.
Yeah. You can make a intelligence check to see if you know.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Can we all do that?
Sure. Everyone else has a -1 though, because he was the first one that said it.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
All right. So Dougal of Rorn. Apparently, everyone thinks it's a body of a lion.
Wow.
Oh. And
So
I have a question. I can't remember, and I should know this. Are there alignment tongues in basic?
I don't know.
the rules as written there are.
So yeah, because I would like to try to shout something unlawful to this creature.
Okay.
See if it
I like
listens.
this. You're moving into the Morkockian background of BX.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hail, mighty beast of the sky.
Let
that
me touch your
serves
feathers.
law.
Oh,
I'm a servant of law. We offer these gifts to you.
nice. Roll 2d6.
Okay.
Modified by your charisma.
charisma.
it's better than the Viking, thank God.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Or not.
Oh boy, here we go.
that's kind of.
I like it though.
That's
This is
bad.
nice. This is fun. All right. So as you call out, you can kind of hear that loud screech echoes over y'all again, and you can actually see, looking above the stars and the two moons of this land, blotted out by a large creature with a long wingspan. You guys have all decided must be a griffin for sure, and a full mature one by any standards. And it seems to be uncertain. It just seems to be circling and calling out to you. You gonna do anything else?
Ask for a ride, Roscoe.
Okay. I like that idea.
Hey,
I'm not sure how I would do that, but yeah, I guess I could
can you
just,
give me a ride, amigo?
I guess so. That seems maybe a little
That's
imprudent.
presumptuous.
Yeah, a little imprudent. So it's not coming down. It's still
No, it just seems to be
flying.
circling right now.
Okay.
You keep going on your shtick. It seemed pretty
Yeah,
good.
I could try again. I guess keep talking. Do not fear us. We want to give you this gift in good faith.
Maybe we can move away a bit.
Oh yeah, back away from the food.
Yeah, we back up a bit so it doesn't feel like threatened
There you go.
by the presence.
Lorna's gonna put her crossbow down, and I'll sheathe my sword.
Yeah, and I'll actually not be a coward and show myself while I'm speaking.
Stay in the bright lights.
Yeah, I have no. Yes, that's a good idea. I have no weapons. I just have my hands out.
As you guys are pulling away, and Ibarra is trying to keep an eye on the creature, suddenly it drops, lands on the top of it majestically, eaglish head, otherworldly with blackened eyes, staring around for a moment. It lets out a loud shriek and flies off. Unless you guys
Okay.
want to do something, taking one of these dudes with it.
No, I just genuflect with arms open.
Maybe both.
Nope.
And it seems like it flies off to the south.
Okay.
The sight of the smaller one, you're sure that will be soon filled with chameleon.
Whoa,
I am super glad we did not mess with the griffin nest.
I agree. Pretty
Yeah.
highly. Yeah, not that would have not gone well.
All right, this is fun so far.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff happening for sure. All right, so inside the things. Okay, so one of them, actually all of them hold. There's 3 of them. So you find 6 pieces of it looks like a crude silver, but you know that the dwarf is well aware that it isn't silver. It's some other kind of metal that he doesn't quite recognize. They're like small nuggets.
Oh.
One of them also has like a folded leaf that has kind of a inside it. It looks like a mix of herb and possibly bug and grub and worm, and it kind of has like a smell of something. If you want to make like a wisdom or intelligence check, in Barra.
Okay.
What that could be.
Make it.
Yes.
Okay, so in Barra the Wise and Weary feels like it has maybe a smell of calendula or aloe, which you would sometimes be familiar with, like healing unguents.
Dátelo si querés.
Wonderful.
Coca.
So it's a nice salve of worm guts. I like it. And there's just one of these packets. That's good enough.
Maybe this one turns into a were-gecko.
Ah,
Chameleon.
Shyamalan approaches. That's awesome.
This,
I
okay.
will make a note of that.
Cool. Do you mind if I take those javelins because I don't have any range weapons?
Sure. Are you asking me?
The party.
Yeah, go for it.
Good.
All right.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Let's see. Very good.
Okay, so after everything goes calm, we just
So everyone take off a 1 day of food, 2 days if you have a henchman. And I'm just going to go by your marching order for what the watches are.
Okay.
The night goes uneventful, and another morning dawns on Kalmatta, and everyone is still alive. There was much rejoicing.
Was,
That's something you said for that.
Personal best. Feeling pretty good about it.
on a 1-day streak.
That's hey, one step at a time.
Especially considering the things that you've encountered so far.
For sure.
All right.
That griffin was pretty awesome. You said it had like jet black eyes.
Yeah.
Sounds scary.
That's sweet.
Here we are.
All right. Caller.
How many new hexes have we explored?
4.
Wow.
Well, have we like uncovered them? Exploring's different, right?
No, yeah, but the first person who travels through them, you get 10 XP per person per level of every new hex, and 100 XP per new location. And then you also get 100 XP just for surviving a journey per level.
Okay.
So
That's
I don't do monster XP. I
Yeah.
do gold piece and basically exploration XP.
Cool.
there are hexes that has an E. That means that
Yeah.
they have been explored.
Yes, if you actually explore the hex, it's different. Yeah, those have been explored. If you do enough exploration, it will change the civilization level of the hex. And so that basically it just changes the table to be less dangerous.
Right.
And you can find things. Sometimes it may take more than one exploration though, because it's basically the number of layers found. But that's in a 6-mile radius, not a single mile. So it's just kind of take on some rules that we developed for Forlorn Shores. So
All right.
exploration takes longer. It's basically 3 times the movement point cost. That's how many movement points it takes to explore. So if you're in a jungle hex, which is a 2 movement point, it would take 6 movement points to explore that mile. Otherwise, it's a roll to see if you notice something as you pass through the mile hex,
Okay, cool. Thank you.
unless it's obvious.
So now in the morning, do we see anything of notice up the coast? I mean, I assume we have 3 hexes, like up to sea, like.
Well, you can't see through 3 hexes of jungle. You can see 3 hexes of flat, open area, which is why you can see 3 hexes out, but you can't see through 3 hexes of jungle.
Now, maybe I assume there's a point on the coast that, like, it's more like into the sea, so we can see like further away. It's
Just like a jut.
like yeah. I know I'm pushing the boundaries.
There you go.
Cool.
It does look like it's kind of
with Hobbs, I know.
but here, I'll do this though too. I'll open up another mountain peak that you can see far in the distance.
Ooh.
Oh.
a trio of mountain peaks in the distance, far in the distance, apparently.
Wow.
Oh yeah, wow, those are far.
Wow.
Jeez.
Really far.
Wow, Kalmatta is a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Those are like
Wow.
I guess these are 1 mile hexes, so that makes
Yep.
sense.
yeah.
Even though that's really far.
My
About
goodness.
22 miles or so.
Yeah.
Maybe that's too. No, you should be able to see a mile from 20 miles away, right? Or a big mountain.
Sure.
For
All right.
sure.
If not, then too bad.
Well, it depends, but yeah.
Yeah, you could.
Okay. Whoa, this. Okay.
You guys are like, holy shit, this is a big ass map, and we've barely looked at any of it.
Exactly. It is a little overwhelming.
We're a level 1 party messing with griffins and fun.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh wait, yeah, 20 miles.
We're just 1 day
Of work.
away, so
Yeah.
it's okay. Let's keep going.
I feel kind of bad. Let's take a moment. So, Craig, pick high or low.
Hi.
Pick a number between 1 and 14.
12.
Okay, so your character in Bara heard this about Kalmatta. A band of pirates have created a shanty town on the string of small islands east of Kalmatta known as the Shackles. You can buy anything there at a cost.
Duly noted.
Erik, high or low?
Give me low.
All right, pick a number between 1 and 15.
Let's go with 4.
4. A massive giant plundered all the loot on Kalmatta.
Oh, sweet.
I don't know why you'd continue to go there, but after that massive giant was involved, but high or low, Gabriel?
Hi.
Here, I'll put these in here for you guys. This is something that your characters would have known. I usually do that, but people have been playing, and I hadn't had a lot of new people, so pick a number between 1 and 14, sir.
13.
Oh, all right. Shazar the storyteller was once a powerful wizard, but nearly met his doom searching a tomb in the Valley of Doors. He has a hidden cache of maps somewhere in Sindanor.
Mm.
Oh,
So that would have been the guy telling the story in the
Yeah.
intro.
Yeah.
Stu, high or low?
Low.
Low. Pick a number between 1 and 15.
6.
Number 6. Oh, this is interesting. At low tide, a hollow can be found north of Sindanor. A great pirate treasure is said to be hid within, though the restless pirate sealed within ages ago still protect it.
so must be the hollow beneath the Griffin Tower, maybe. That's what it sounds like.
So cool. That's exciting.
Nice.
All right. So where were we? What are we going to do now, Gabriel? So you can tell that this line, there's a heavy line of vegetation gets thicker and thicker to the east and northeast, I guess.
And we found that kind of trail as well, right?
Yeah, it looked like a game trail or something.
Game
You're
trail,
not
all right.
sure. Yeah, that's what you would expect.
Okay.
So it's day 2. Our caller is Gabriel, a player. I see we have some people watching, so maybe I'll just recap quick. The Nordborn Hundolfer. Why don't you tell me how to say his last name, Gabriel?
My last name. Yeah, wait. I just rolled that fantasy game generator.
It's Bjornsson. He's Bjornsson.
Yeah, it's Johnson. Yeah, it's
Nice.
Bjornsson.
All right, so he decided to be traveling. We're pretty far from Kalmatta for a first level party. But we are tarrying on, and where are we headed? We still have to pass Fort Griffin on the way back, or Griffin Tower.
I was. Let's
Wasn't
put
there-
this out to the group. Maybe as we are just getting ready to go to continue. If this creature took the bodies last night, they're probably still feeding on them and won't pay attention to us if we.
I thought that, sir. Or
maybe
maybe
we-
find some more chameleon.
Maybe we can take the other because he took 2 of the bodies. Maybe we can take the other one and like put it like as an offering, and so we can explore the place
I like that idea, actually.
without bothering the creatures.
Well, yeah, maybe as an offer on the way back. That seemed like its nest, though. I don't know if a large territorial animal would let you explore its nest, even if you were nice to it.
So, how many flasks of oil can we put inside the body? That
now that's an idea.
So it's a Molotov chameleon.
I prefer chameleon.
Chameleon.
The Trojan chameleon.
I
You'll
like
never
it.
see it coming.
I like this plan.
Just like this passion. All right. What's the plan?
Sorry. Oh man.
Uruguayan commission. What's the plan, Gabriel?
How much would a griffin egg fetch, I wonder, at the open market of Sindanor?
Make an intelligence check.
Okay.
Mr. Priest of Law.
I know, right?
Priestess.
That was kind of a non-lawful thing to suggest, isn't it? Well, she's not too bright, so she's like, I don't know.
1 million gold.
1 million gold. We have to go.
We have to
We
go.
have to do this now.
Surely a king's ransom.
So where are we gonna go, Gabriel?
I know what Gabriel wants to do.
Yeah, let's do this.
I'm behind this plan. I think it's a good
Okay.
idea.
Yeah, we're gonna grab the lizard guy body and go back to the ruins and see what happens.
Are we-
we're gonna offer the thing and try to explore the place as they just start feeding and doesn't pay attention to us.
A party of adventurers carried a chameleon back here, the Griffin Fort.
Nice. We have a new speech for every game.
We saw its nest. I guess we can try. I just think it
Sure.
won't let us near its nest. That was its house.
Yeah, it'll be tricky.
Maybe we can find some way. This is a tower.
Right.
There must be an entrance somewhere.
I agree.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
While they are feeding on this.
Yeah, we can go with intentions of that.
That's a good point. Is this Hobbs? Is this tower over top of that big hollow area?
Well, you guys really wouldn't know where the hollow is, but it's
Or-
possible.
That
It's
low
possible,
tide
yeah.
area.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you read something on the community or somewhere that mentioned that or somewhere, then that's what you would suggest, because you probably heard that either on your way here or at the Rip Inn the night before.
Oh, okay, I read that. Yeah.
Yeah, any information that you have, your character has. I don't mess around with that. It's either rumors if you have other characters or whatever. I don't
Right.
care.
Okay, cool. Then yeah. So
Yeah, that's what you would guess actually. So at low tide, must be some sort of hollow or hole beneath this.
So we could just avoid the.
maybe you're right. That
Perfect.
maybe there's an entrance down there or something. Maybe a secret basement or dungeon or something down there.
A cave mouth too.
Yeah, maybe and a trap door in the ruins that goes below.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's worth a shot. Let's do it.
I think it's a good idea. Unless the nest is directly above said door, and then we're in trouble. But who knows?
Then it's
Positive thinking.
Project Flaming Oil Chameleon.
I like it. Project, yes, the Molotov Chameleon. Go. Gnarly. I like this. I like where this is going. Sounds incredibly dangerous, and that's good.
All right. So you guys are just headed back along there?
Yeah.
Let's see if anything exciting happens.
Sure.
All right. Oh boy. What?
So, okay, we're going back.
Is it like mid-afternoon by the time we get there? Or?
No, not even close to that. It's
Okay.
only going to be, so you get 18, so about a third of the day. Isn't it 3 hexes pretty much?
Okay, the jungle to the north, it's here is like heavier than here.
Hold on a second.
I guess it is.
Hold it a second. I tried to fix something, and now I've created more of an issue for myself, of course.
Take your time, sir.
So maybe we can go this way, here, just to explore a bit more.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Even if it takes us a bit longer.
Trailblaze, that makes sense.
So we can go all this and come through here. Okay, yeah, let's do this.
All the way with our good buddy, the dead chameleon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if they are like shadowing us, we are carrying this body, and they see what they happen to them if they mess with us.
I hope so.
Hey kids, want to see a dead body?
Just
All right,
look
so
what
you're
happened
gonna
to
head
Marvin.
Go ahead and move yourself where you were gonna go.
Yeah, we're gonna go this way.
All right. So moving through the heavy jungle is a lot more tasking and takes more time, of course.
Okay.
Chameleon Gambit.
All right. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. I just remembered. I got lost, guys. You guys are like all over it. I'm just like, I don't know what's happening anymore.
Griffin Tower 2. Gambit.
What?
Look in the chat.
Which
Roll
one?
20 chat. Roll 20.
Oh, hey, Larry Hot's watching us.
Oh, nice.
Welcome, Larry. You were watching some basic fantasy, and now he gets to watch this. How exciting can that be? Apparently not that exciting because we're just wandering around in the jungle.
All good.
All right, so so you guys are heavily traveling through the morning. Now go ahead and move where you're going next, Gabriel.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Really grinding out that darkness XP.
Yep.
Yeah, hey, that's good though.
It is good.
Yeah,
I like it myself. It's
I
kind
like
of
it.
weird, I guess,
no,
but
I think it's cool.
I like to pick the
Great.
exploration and showing stuff as we go. It feels like you're doing something, even if nothing else really happens.
It's
Yep.
cool. It's that feeling of exploring the unknown. It's
Yep.
cool.
All right, so as you guys are traveling, everyone roll a d6, and you can roll a d6 for your henchman.
Okay.
In a situation like this, for just to let you know how I do it in BX, Usually to spot things, it's like a 1 in 6, 2 in 6, situations like that. So if we're doing something, this is probably what you're trying to get is a 1 in this situation. A 1 is bad if it's for surprise, obviously. And
Yeah.
you're never going to really, I'll probably only have one person roll if it's for surprise, but I like to give people more of an option to try and spot things. All right. So did Dougal find something here? Did he roll a 1 up there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice. All right, so as you guys are moving into this newer area, heavy, thick jungle, another rain has started up in the morning, and it's just drizzling down over this heavy foliage. It's kind of a misty green look everywhere you are, and your visuals are extremely limited now. You're easily, a mile and a half off the coast. You can still smell the salt occasionally, but the birds, a white flash is very, very rare now compared to how it was almost a constant companion yesterday as you traveled nearby, headed in the other direction. But Dougal is like, oh, he's not in. Is he in the front?
Yeah.
Okay, he's actually in the front, and he's like, hold it, stop. And you realize that you've almost happened upon a quagmire or quicksand field. You just barely saw like some bones up. It must have been caught or had sunk in or something. And you realize that you'd almost moved into this heavy area of quicksand. So you can continue on and try and make it through the quicksand, or you can bypass the quicksand, but it's just going to add a little time.
No, yeah, we like skirt the place, like maybe cut some branches to use like poles and go prodding the ground as we try to go around this quicksand field.
For sure. 10-foot pole jungle edition. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as far as the rules go, basically you guys have happened upon a hazard, and it basically just doubles the amount of time to move through this hex.
Okay.
That's, if you care, that's looking a little peek behind the scenes for you, if anyone is interested in that. And now, so this has been decided, so I'll put it on the map.
Yeah, I was about to say, we get to label that, right?
Ooh, labels.
Nice.
So on your hex tables, not everything has to be a potential enemy that could kill people. If you had gotten into there, then it would have been saving throw time to see if you were caught or what would have happened. But since you spotted it, then you can just skirt it. Like I say, it just adds double the time.
Well done.
I don't know. I think that this party of plate mail wearing people, quicksand scares me more than lizard.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so yeah, you're almost halfway through the day now because of how far this quicksand slowed you down. So go ahead and move. It's lunchtime. I'm assuming after you kind of get by that area, then you can have lunch.
After bypassing this quicksand area, we just take a break, rest, and catch your breath, and grab a bite and have a drink of water before keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to be able to write that on the map, and so now when other people go through, they'll know it's here, and so they'll be like, "Hey, is there quicksand here?" And so then it would just be the double time, and there wouldn't be the threat otherwise. So that's a pretty cool thing. I think I'm going to mark hazards on here and give you some XP for that.
Thank you.
Cool. Like a scroll.
Because that's going to help people. And more
I was wondering if you did have an icon for hazards on a map.
No.
One of those like hazard roadwork signs.
I mean, there are a lot of icons that we have discovered so far, but I don't remember having coming across a hazard on an
I don't think we've done this in the past.
Yeah.
We may have hit some hazards, but sometimes the hazard may just be like you happened upon some bees, or you lost some rations because of something, or it might have been a flash flood that occurred that isn't always going to be there. Yeah, so those things have happened, but at this point, nothing that would be added to the map like this. Although there was like a chasm, I think, during the long game that forced something that was down down here somewhere, maybe.
Yeah, it's where it's at Beatles. There was that flush, that flood that the Beatles. I mean, we rolled down the hill.
It's pretty
I
exciting.
remember that.
All right, so where are you
Okay,
guys
so
going now?
we go move here. The idea is approach the ruins like this way.
So I was taking some time to properly align the ruins on the map, but I really pretty ducked that up, so I had to just put everything back.
Oh, good man.
That's one of the things I was messing with, and I had a glossy-eyed look in my face. All right, so yeah, you guys are doing a pretty good job of doing some explorations here. Let's see if we can get this party killed off before we run out of time.
Oh, whoa.
Well, you know.
You're approaching the thing, so I'll move you over.
Okay.
No, we are going one more and going.
Oh, one
approach
more. Oh, all right, nice. I like it.
from here. So we haven't seen any like traces or signs that of this lizard chameleon.
No, it looks like the chameleon men must have taken off, ran like the cowards that they are. It's pretty crazy. All right, so we reveal. Okay. So you're hacking your way through this heavy jungle, the foliage thick and deep around you. For the last few hundred yards, it seems like once more the wildlife has kind of shifted and kind of edged away quietly. It wasn't like an instant silence, and it kind of takes a little while to figure that out. And just as you're hacking through the last one, you're standing on a precipice of this massive chasm, easily 3 miles wide, and at different parts it could be a half mile across. And the chasm goes down very far. Picture the Skull Island chasm that they come upon during King Kong. And occasionally, even down near the bottom or shifting around some different areas, you can see possibly some caves somewhere along this chasm. You don't really see an easy egress from where you are, but there's different types of creatures visible that look almost like a mix of insectoid and mammalian. Multiple legs, massive teeth, claw pinchers, just all sorts of different sort of creatures seem like they're inhabiting this gulch that's massive. Yeah, so
Awesome.
that's what this black area is right here.
Wow.
And it looks like it easily could go down a mile into Kalmatta itself. So it surprises you that water hasn't seeped in, but there might be some water at the bottom of the chasm. A mile might be a little far, 500 or 600 feet, maybe a half mile in some places. But yeah, so you guys have seen this, and at this point, nothing seems to have noticed you because you're just a small speck on this 3 mile long cleft in the jungle.
So there are no like vines or like kind of vines to climb down the place.
Yeah, you could try it. I'm not saying it isn't possible, but like I say, you do see, and these insects aren't insect size. Some of them are massive, like elephant sized. Some of them are as large
Whoa.
as men. There's like it almost like they have their own little areas of control throughout this chasm.
Okay. Now I came the image you said about the movie just hit my mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Imagery,
pretty brutal.
yeah, of the guy
Yeah.
who fell down
When you
and got
mentioned
destroyed.
when you mentioned the insects. Okay. Yeah.
This level 1 party is finding some terrifying stuff.
No kidding.
Yeah, I kind of picture that, the guys in the front are just hacking away at some vines and moving through the trees. Then all of a sudden you're like, whoa. And then this chasm just kind of falls out and you can just see all this stuff. Everyone's eyes is big, and then you slowly slink away. But not Gabriel. He's like, oh, let's tie up some vines. Let's get down there. And it's possible that you could, sneak around it. I don't want to mean it to say that as soon as you walk down there,
mean
it's
if
the
there
death or anything.
already were these like vines climbing down
Yeah, there'd be vines, there'd be roots coming out the side of the cliffs. Then there'd be foliage around that you could possibly hide behind. Yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible and that you'd immediately be killed just because you went down there, but it does look extremely dangerous.
Okay. No, just for a moment I thought that maybe this chameleon could have been coming from here.
They might have.
Okay. Let's stick with a original plan, and we just go in the direction of the coast and toward the ruins.
All right, so you're at 17, so you have a couple hours till sunset as you edge up slowly and cautiously towards aptly named Griffin Tower. That's canon, right?
It is now.
I'm saying, yeah, players do it all. All right, so this is the direction you'd actually be coming from, right? The north. So
Correct.
All right, let's get that body out. It's going to be nice and ripe now.
I feel like I might have turned off the lighting, and I'm fine with that. That's because it was all jacked up when I tried to turn everything. But you can see it actually from one of your angles. You can see that one of these. I can't really tell. Yeah. So there's two different nests. There's multiple young ones around, and you actually see one of these large griffins. But you can see even from this distance, it's kind of like walking, like when its back legs seem a little shifty, and one of the wings looks fairly well mashed up and destroyed, like it got into some kind of fight, and it's forced to be on the ground.
Does it look? I don't know if from the distance we can see that. Does it look like a recent wound, or?
Yeah, recent enough that it hasn't healed. If it's going to, I mean, you are, almost a football field away from it. So,
does anyone want to try and Griffin whisper and see if we can feed it and then give it the poultice without dying?
That's what I was gonna ask, actually.
Go for it.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
We just
I mean,
we push Imbara forward.
yeah, Imbara already has
Okay.
kind of
Yeah, do
rapport.
your
Champion
thing
of
with it.
law.
Yeah.
Truly
You
beloved
were-
by all good creatures.
Griffin
Supposedly.
talking lady. We just give
Yeah,
it a forward.
I'll approach this entrance, and I guess in the lawful tongue, I'll have the poultice in my hand, and
Can
Could we?
the body?
oh yeah, somebody needs to help me with the.
Yeah,
She only has like a 6 strength. I don't know if I could carry a.
okay. Yeah, I got 14.
Okay. Maybe you could dump the carcass here at this entrance, and then I won't go inside. I'll try to call it to me, and I'll ask to feed, eat this food and accept this healing salve.
Any thoughts on if this goes south? Like, do we want to position everyone else to throw down or to run?
No, I would say just let it eat me and run away.
So
Yeah.
as Hundolfer and the Weary move up there, you can actually see that it looks like there is a corpse of something like in this area here.
Where?
That was
Which area?
That was light colored, wasn't it?
Didn't see it.
Oh.
It doesn't look like a human. It looks more like the hindquarters of some sort of animal.
Ooh.
And it's bloody, and it looks like maybe it got picked up from somewhere.
Okay.
Do we see now that we are at this a breach in the walls? Any sign of fighting inside that may have cause for the wound? The creature? Like
Maybe whatever is attached to this half-eaten horse or burro or something or mule that's laying there.
Okay.
You do see. I should say this: even from this distance, it's obvious to the crotchety burl that this is not. This is definitely not dwarven made. And Ibarra and Hundulf are even as old as this stone is, and you would say it is super old. Like it's been here for a long, long time. And the markings, there's intricate carvings, like on what you can see from the parapet, the battlements, and like any windows have like a lot of intricate carving on them. And this thing is super old, and you don't recognize any of this stuff. It seems like older than man.
Interesting.
Definitely not dwarven made.
No.
Okay.
Did look pretty shoddy.
One of the elder races, probably.
What's the reaction of the creature when
Oh, okay. Yeah, I should
see
tell you.
us?
We should come up with that, shouldn't we?
Okay.
All righty. All right. It definitely sees you guys, and it kind of lets out that screech, but it kind of like backs off a little bit, and you can even maybe see it looks like he's kind of frothing at the mouth, like whatever wounds he took was more than just what happened to his wings or his hindquarters.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So go ahead and make a roll there, Griffin Whisperer.
Okay. Reaction.
Yeah.
Ooh,
13.
Damn, that was oh, nice.
Okay, so you can see that it kind of goes up to its feet and kind of comes forward towards you guys.
Okay.
This.
I have the poultice in my hand, but I have my hands outstretched without any weapons at all. I just slowly approach the creature.
I just put the body like here and go back behind behind now, but besides Imbara.
So you can kind of hear this as these other ones. So this is higher. You can see these stairs as this is the ground level. So these stairs go up to this level where a large nest is, and you can see 3 of these younglings, mouths moving around. And then there's up even higher beyond where this huge fall of rubble is, where the tower was, that seemed to have caved in. There's another smaller nest and even more young griffins up there. You don't see. You don't know if there's another one, if this is the same one you saw last night, but you'd guess the wounds as it approaches are older than that. So you think there must be another griffin that you saw last night.
Okay.
Oh, mates.
Yeah. So, how wounded is this one? Like, gravely wounded? Not that I would know. Probably.
Let me see. Where's my... Yeah, he's kind of moving around, and you can see like a large cat, like it kicks its back leg out and stretches it out some, but it's kind of holding one of its back legs a little bit, so it's shifting, and its wings, as they shift around, like only one of them really moves. The other one just is kind of sits there, not doing much, as it slowly approaches.
Okay. Well, I kind of opened the poultice to maybe allow it to be used.
So like the poultice is just like a big leafy, like a frond from a palm tree that's kind of rolled over like a burrito or something. So you would open up this large burrito or a large Snoop Dogg blunt, and then you could just instead of just dry stuff inside, it's kind of this milky, peanut buttery, not in color, but maybe texture of smashed up bugs and grubs and stuff.
Okay.
It has that smell of aloe or something to it.
Right. Well, if I see a particular wound, then like it's obviously gaping or looks really bad, I'll just apply it there if I can.
Just do the Harry Potter thing, like when you approach the
Oh,
griffin.
you have to bow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
That's a
yeah.
hippogriff, man.
Oh wait. Let's
Hey,
say,
it's kind of the same.
well, no, okay. I'll do. Let's just say, as part of the body language of lawful tongue, I'll do like a respectful gesture, like a bow or something, and then approach and try to apply the poultice to what seems to be the most grievous wound, which apparently is on the leg. Is the way you're describing it.
Well, yeah, the leg, but it does seem like you can now see like a broken off arrow that's in its chest, which maybe is causing the bloody flecks that you saw when it tried to give its eagle cry, and it kind of coughed up blood a little bit.
Oh man, I don't know if I can do surgery. I don't know.
But it's kind of shifting up here, and it looks like it does want to start eating on this Anolian, because apparently they do like lizard legs. So. What do you intend to do? Do you want to be involved while it's eating?
No, absolutely not. No, if it's going to eat, I'm not going to bother it. But maybe once it's done eating, then I can try to approach it and inspect the wound and do something about it.
You guys are just going to hang out. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I mean, if it's that bad off, we could probably take it, right?
Yeah, it's not a black-eyed mate.
They are laid in the oil.
Jesus.
I don't know. I mean, should we look around at least like the outside of the perimeter while it's doing its thing, or?
Yeah, I guess sure. As long as we're not going to spook them or anything, why not?
Yeah, maybe just kind of standing back, kind of come around this way.
Mr. Dwarf would be good to inspect the.
Yeah, is anyone going with Burl?
Yeah, I'll go with him and my henchman.
Okay, what's Karia's doing?
He's gonna move like here. No weapon in hand, just standing there, looking around. Maybe he's gonna stand guard, looking behind, just make sure no one comes while we are doing this.
Okay. All right, so you guys can see where this cleft is. Here, it looks like the wall is busted enough that you could actually get into this area if you'd like to.
Oh,
I'll
possibly over here.
Do you just mean like go into the inner courtyard type area, or into the wall structure?
This wall structure is 10 to 20 feet wide, and so there's actually on the ground level there's possibly chambers or something inside there.
Just kind of peek around the corner.
Is it structurally safe, Mr. Dwarf?
Yeah, let's kind of inspect the opening, peek around the corner, that kind of thing.
Burl thinks, if we're very careful and we don't get in a fight or none of these creatures attack us, you should probably be okay.
That was a lot of ifs, but okay.
All right, sounds good.
I mean, that's
he says it's perfect. Let's go.
Yeah, it's optimism from his perspective. Okay. Yeah, let's take a look.
I'll come up behind you.
All right, so let's see. All right, so the cleric and the Nordborn can see the younglings up there and watch this majestic wounded creature as it feeds on this corpse that you carried around for nearly a day. You don't hear anything other than it does seem like they're getting hungry, but unless it hunts twice at night or something like that, you would guess that if it's gone now, it should be some time before the mate returns. So your little away team, all wearing red shirts, is searching around in this lower chamber of the wall, and it seems like there's another story above you. You can kind of see it before you came through this cleft. It looks like the iconography inside here is definitely alien to you guys, not meaning it's from a different planet, but foreign or unknown, ancient. But it does seem like enough of it is here that there might have been, maybe this was some sort of religious or holy fighting group or something here. And as you guys are searching around, you actually find some sort of amulets or maybe some sort of holy symbol and it looks like they're kind of placed. Maybe this was a barracks of some sort, and you can kind of see like the remains from long ago. The soldier in the group. Dougal was a retired soldier, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, this is definitely like some kind of barracks on a way fort. And it's obvious that whoever stayed here, they weren't like the people I hung around with. They were more, you might think of it as a paladin order or some sort of thing. And so you find in the remains of like footlockers that were maybe the beds where these soldiers barracked. The only thing that survived are these discs that they had that seems like I say, there's some sort of religious significance. They almost look like a yin yang symbol, but instead of just being like the flat wavy line, they seem almost like there's more to the symbol than that. And they're inlaid with silver and onyx on one instead of, just black and white.
Cool.
You find 3 of them, and you think they do have a value if you wanted to sell them on the open market.
We'll take those for sure.
It does take you guys a turn to find them in the room, but it's possible that there's more because you're guessing that the majority of this might be barracks or training grounds out here, and the rest of the stuff might be what was in the keep itself, but which is all destroyed.
Maybe we should wait to see if the healing thing works first before we search more in here.
Sounds reasonable.
Oh, forgot to rate how much they were worth.
Sounds like a turn to pass by the time we
Yeah,
pop out.
Yeah, sounds like a turn.
Pretty.
Cool. Treasure. Nice.
The learned of you,
Wow.
probably only in Bara. That like you said, it has to be some of the ancient races. It's not Dwarven, so it has to be like Anthris, Lemurian, or Rodashan, possibly.
Oh,
In
Rodashan,
fact, most things probably point towards Rodashan.
which is elves, right?
Right.
Sort of. Not exactly.
Yeah, it's elves.
Hobbs approved elves.
I did not approve. Oh yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
that's part of
They're
your
Hobbs elves. Yeah.
emergent empires.
Yep, that's which is Kalmatta is in. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's old. That's very old. All right. So,
Okay, so we want to see what's happening outside. Let's see what this guy feels like after he gets done eating. All right, he warily seems to be eyeing you. And these buggers up here seem to be making some more noise. So it is possible that they do get fed, every 6 hours or something. And it's possible that, the turn of night could be the time for the mate to return. Maybe not. As you've been watching this creature for, 10 minutes, it looks like this corpse or this, I don't know, not really a cadaver, right? But the remains of this 4-legged beast, which looks like a horse or a mule, looks like it might have been carrying furs, and the furs are still attached to the back end of the creatures.
wow.
Maybe we can. Take those furs and chop the creatures so they can more easily feel their.
You guys are inside here.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I don't have like an internal map or anything for that. And there is a floor above you, but you don't necessarily see easy egress to that at this point.
So while the creature is still feeding, I'm gonna try to go this way, approach the dead body. I'm holding my hands and just moving sideways back towards the boulders there, really slowly.
All right, I feel like so you're going to be moving over some rough terrain. So I'm going to give you the option. You can roll a charisma check to see, instead of not a reaction roll, but an actual charisma check or like a dex check. Obviously, any sudden movements or if you cause like a landslide to happen, then it could change how the creature is and its status towards you.
Okay.
Sound good? Are you
Okay.
both going or just Nordborn?
No, I mean, I'm going to tell Ibarra or
Yeah, I was gonna tend to the creature. I wasn't planning on going into the ruin.
Okay, that's fine. So you're going up there to try and wipe your bug smear on this creature, right?
Correct.
Okay, good. And Hundolfer, you're moving across there, so you get to choose. Basically, I'm letting you choose what you want, either a dexterity or a charisma.
oh, definitely dexterity. Okay.
Okay, so like I say, if you fail, then it's possible that you're going to change. You're going to change because it's going to be like a sudden movement, or it's going to not like what you're doing if you fail the charisma roll. So it could, obviously put some people in harm, but maybe it's worth it. So,
Like the person trying to heal it.
like the person touching the arrow that's stuck in its body. Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Maybe
But I mean, it
it
could be worth it.
same. It would the same if I move not rough terrain. I have to pass like near the creature.
Yeah, you're still gonna. Then it would just be a charisma because you're that close to it,
Okay.
and you stink.
Yeah.
Hides.
Yeah, 6. So okay, I'm gonna wait, I guess.
Come on, man. All right, so a turn passes. I don't really want to take away what you did in Bara, so I think it's just you fed it and you rolled really well on your reaction check.
Okay.
You don't really get the impression that it speaks what you're speaking, but for whatever reason, it seems like it was a lucky enough ass roll that it is allowed, to beastmaster this guy in a way that you can try and heal it if you want. Now, I'm not saying you could jump on it and take it for a spin around Kalmatta at
Fair
this
enough.
point, but you may be edging towards that.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
Who cares if we're level 1?
I don't care. I don't care about that. Yeah. So what I think I will want you to do is maybe do a medicine type of check.
Okay.
And if you fail badly, then obviously that could create some issues. But if you succeed very well, then that could do something as well. And so the way I do that normally is you're making a check on your statistic, and the higher you are, but still under, the better the roll is, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
What stat can I use for that?
Wisdom, I would say. Usually,
Okay.
so the healing stat, right? No. Oh, okay. So this is dead on. So yeah, while you're actually doing, you're trying to pull out this and using the poultice to stop the bleeding and heal what you can, the creature, actually lowers its head around your body in some kind of weird, non-sexual griffin way.
Why the scare quotes? Why the scare
As
quotes?
opposed to the Hobbs.
I'm getting nervous now. Okay.
But I don't know if you've ever been around. I don't know how much you're around animals, but animals will sometimes show, their affection in different ways. And it does have a lion's tail, and it's not flash back and forth rapidly, like an agitated cat. It's more just softly languishing behind it, And like I said, it's kind of lowering its head around you. Some kind of protective. It's one good wing, enveloping you.
Wow. Okay. I kind of struck his head.
Because you
Very
rolled the
careful.
perfect roll. You had a 5% chance of hitting that roll. So
There you go.
You have had 2 awesome rolls, man.
No, I got lucky. I will pet him and care for him and call him George. Yeah, I'll just be taking very nice care of this animal.
And now where's the Northborn thinks he can move inside?
you can try.
He's gonna He's gonna try to do that.
Good. I like it.
All right. Maybe we keep looting too.
Yeah, do you guys want to move to another chamber?
I would
Yeah.
say so. What do you say, Stu? Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so I'm assuming farther out onto this like plateau area or whatever. Yeah, you guys can move up there. Whoa, where
Whoa!
did you disappear?
You like chucked me across the ocean, Hobbs.
Where are you? I don't even know where you
I
are.
don't know. I saw my token go like fly off, and you clicked on it like off to the far right.
Wow, that wasn't
Yeah,
my
you
intention.
kind of popped onto the stairs. Yeah.
Is this
or something.
foreshadowing?
Yeah, I don't even see you. No, but I mean the henchman that was with you is gone as well, right? All right, so basically this is a random roll. I'll let you guys roll it. This looks like it must be some kind of rectory or another chamber. It's got more of this iconography. And roll a D6 -1, and this is the number of holy symbols that you find.
Cool. Eric, you want to do it?
Yeah, sure.
None.
Damn.
So yeah, this chamber, for whatever what you're searching wasn't good enough. You didn't find anything, and further searching, you realize could cause there is a lot of damage to the chamber here. Now you could try to get upstairs, like go outside, get upstairs if you wanted to, or whatever. It's up to you.
So I do have a 10-foot pole. Do I feel like I could at least kind of rule in or rule out structural issues from 10 feet out to reduce the chances of
Well, we have the poles we made for
cave in or otherwise?
for the
Yeah,
fix.
giving you a better idea of
That's true, Gabriel.
if you could survive, if basically stopping it from happening or having a better idea if it is going to happen. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, just fishing for. Do I think I could at least test basic structural integrity?
Yeah,
prior to going under a certain area. Yeah, so maybe we'll slowly kind of
Move to
keep
another
going a
chamber?
little bit. Yeah, testing along the way.
All right, so you guys can. There's 3 of you, so you can roll 3d6 and then roll another d6 -1 as well.
You roll this time.
Okay.
So each of you guys roll a
Oh, okay.
d6 though, and then
Okay.
separately roll another one. Oh, Stu, nice. So you found one of the special things. How
And then
exciting.
that was my roll was the D6 -1, the final one.
What did you get?
Well, 5, so 4.
4. All right, yeah. So you find 4 more of those holy symbols.
Sick.
Nice.
Good job, Griffin Whisperer.
Oh, hey, this is a team effort.
And among this, you also find whatever was here. It must have been something very nice because there's a sword that is relatively unaffected by the weathering and the damage that's been done to Griffin Tower.
Huh.
Oh,
Nice.
All right.
dude, you found a special sword. That's awesome.
Are you taking it?
Yes.
All right, all the Griffins go crazy. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
No, you pull. Basically, you see this very nice hilt of a sword coming out, and the pommel on it. It looks like it's a flat circle attached to the pommel, and it looks like it kind of almost has a sunburst with an orb inside of it. That's like it must be amber or something because it looks like a yellow sun. But when you reach on it, like a light, you can see a glowing soft light come off of it. And as you kind of pull it out, it looks like a very nice sword. Okay.
Awesome.
And it's etched in these this iconography and this runic rhodashan along the sword itself, and it's made out of some kind of bluish, shiny metal.
Wow. That's a really cool sword description. Very nice.
Oh man, you got a holy Rornic sword, or sorry, not Rornic. What are these guys called?
Rhodashan.
Rhodashan.
Rhodashan
That's
sword.
very ancient.
We'll just call it the Chameleon Slayer for now.
Okay.
You haven't even bathed in chameleon blood.
Oh, there's a name. There is a name.
Ooh.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa.
Holy cow.
I roll randomly, so
That is
My
powerful.
God.
griffins have a pretty good treasure table.
Yeah, they sure
Griffins are
do.
powerful, yeah.
Damn.
Dude.
Impressive. Not bad for a level 1 character.
All right, so Hundolfer is trying to get past this griffin, right?
Yeah. Oh boy.
Okay. He's gonna go for the dexterity
Okay.
on the obviously.
Oh no.
All right, so there's a failure there, and so we're going to change the level of relationship that you have with the griffin. And you
Roll
can,
so well.
yeah, you can see Hundolfer is trying to get across these heavy rocks and boulders, and some of them shift, and he stops, and the griffin's head snaps up. Its eyes, seeming to be a soft brown, turn like a jet black, and you can just feel it quivering with some sort of inner tension and strife. What do you do, Ibarra?
I back away
Okay.
a couple of steps, but I just freeze after that.
What about you, Hundolfer? What do you do?
Like I just freeze and just say, "Don't mind me. Keep going."
Nothing to see here. Move along. Hundolfer, then why don't you make a charisma reaction roll and see what happens?
These are not the Nords you're looking for.
Gonna get eaten.
I'm fine. Howard.
Nice.
This is going to be great.
Yeah. There's a reaction.
Yeah, reaction roll. Oh, a 6. That's just-
Deciding if
Medium.
he wants a dessert or not.
Okay, so you can see he starts to pace, and he's kind of snapping his lionish legs up and down. His tail is just snapping back and forth like a whip. What do you do now, Hundolfer? And its eyes are, staring at you over top of this beak that easily looks as sharp as.
I just try to do what Imbara did when she approached the creature, like this, groveling.
Okay. So Hundolfer is like, okay, everyone calm down. And it starts to snap forward towards you. Roll for initiative, Hundolfer.
Oh no.
At least we'll get to see what the sword does.
You were just waiting for this, Hobbs.
I kept trying to I'm like, okay, here's the carrot. It's closer. I knew G-roll was the perfect one, too.
Okay, roll
Oh,
6.
Hundolfer, you won. So what are you going to do? It looks like it's obviously tensing, and you're pretty sure this thing is about to pounce on you with all 3 of its nasty attacks.
I just fall back.
Yeah, you can run away. And it won't. It's not in melee with you, so it won't get a back attack or anything on you.
I'm not running. I'm just.
Hundolfer doesn't run.
Yeah. He just goes back with his hands showing.
So just like a defensive retreat.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Sorry.
All right, so it's going to continue what it was going to do. If I roll, I'll just give you a 50-50 chance in this situation. So do you want it to be high or low?
High.
Okay, so if it's high, then it doesn't attack and it holds back on Imbara, and then we're back again to something else. But if it's low, then it's going to attack.
Okay.
Oh, too bad. All right, so it comes forward to attack you. All right, so it claws with 2 claws, and its nasty beak comes wickedly towards Hundulfer. The 10 hits AC 3.
Yeah, all the 3 hits.
Okay.
Oh no.
I
Oh,
have AC 3.
dear God.
Okay, so you can use. Oh, you don't have a shield, so never mind.
Nope.
Okay,
Oh.
so 13 points of damage. It comes at it, pounces on him with 2 legs. Its massive beak comes down on Hundulfer and snaps with a wicked bunch, bone crunching. Blood
Oh, God.
squirts up all over, squeezing out of the plate mail surrounding him.
I have 11, so I'm like a -2, like a death.
So Hundulfer goes down as a creature comes forward. What's Imbara gonna do? It's like,
She's-
thank you for those hit points that you gave me.
yeah, I'm just kind of like
Yeah.
horrified, so I just kind of like stumble back and try to hide behind a rock.
Okay.
Let him feel.
What are the rest of you guys doing? You can kind of hear Hundulfer, some kind of mumbling from Nordborn mumbling. Oh, and Carius runs off. I like that. And then you can just hear this sickening crunch and just like a splorch sound.
Is there any opening on the like inner part of the courtyard, like basically from where we're at, or is
Yeah,
it
I would
completely
say,
enclosed?
25 or 30 feet away where this area is, you could make your way through this
Hmm. Hmm.
or out this way.
Or we hide
deeper-
until it gets quiet and then we bolt.
or deeper into the, yeah. You could also
That's-
hide here. You
Yeah.
can kind of hear some scratching above you in Bara. You can see with the splorchy blood, all of these creatures up here are agitated and they're just like trying to make the screeching eagle sounds up here, and they're moving their wings are flapping. One of them actually looks like it's starting to get airborne.
What do you
Oh,
think, Eric?
boy.
Should we just book it?
Yeah, but Gabriel's greed has inspired me, and I'm like, can we get those first, though?
Oh, get the furs.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't even know where you guys are. I'm looking
We're-
around and I don't see
Yeah, they're
anything.
gone. You can see Carius
Oh, okay.
hiding up there, but you don't see them. You can see this guy.
Okay.
Um,
yeah.
Well, these things are gonna come down, and like, I think like if we come in their view, they'll start screeching probably, and it'll probably attack us. So
yeah.
maybe we should either I don't think we should fight the griffin.
Okay.
No. But I feel like if we go in the middle of the courtyard towards the furs, I don't see us getting away.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think we should probably just run or hide.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
They are only 20 feet away.
Well, hold up. I've got 50 feet of rope.
The ghost.
You're gonna try and
You
catch
can
the
do
haunch of the
it.
mule, carry it away from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and lasso the haunch and tug it. That's what I want to try.
That's the best line of the night. Lasso the haunch.
I thought you were gonna say dry tugger was your favorite line. Wasn't
No.
it? No.
Lasso the haunch.
All right, what's Inbara doing? And Carius, maybe you should make a morale check. So you're not necessarily dead either, Gabriel. We
Yeah,
did
no,
the death-
I'm
death save.
just kind of looking at the
Well, I'll
dwarf
check
and
on the
seeing if
roll.
he's dead or not.
Yeah. So just
Oh, he fails.
okay. So
Oh.
He
this
turns
be
the
good.
corner and sees Hundulfer be eviscerated.
So
Chums.
Carius
Please.
flees.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's like
He just runs off.
away, throwing his spear down and his shield.
Please be a moving target.
Yeah, I try to reach out to him, but my voice is I can't even speak. I'm so horrified. I'm just just a cracking wheeze comes out of my throat as he runs away.
And like the other henchman doesn't even know what's going on.
Right.
I just want Burl to get out of here with this +3 sword.
I can imagine.
Yeah. So are you planning just to try to lasso and grab it solo, or am I just moving
Uh,
for it?
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna try and If you would like stay kind of near me to like, nah, you can go. I'll try this, and if it fails, I'll book it.
Well, this is just so. This is.
Because it's just rope. Like if I mess up, then I can just like take the rope and
Yeah.
run.
You could do that first, and then we could just run together.
All right, so I'm gonna try and lasso it, Hobbs.
Go ahead. Just make a dex check.
Yeah. All right. 1 sec. Oh, my dex is not good. All right. See how lucky I am today. Nope.
All right. So yeah, you kind of try and make a lasso and you throw it out there and it doesn't catch anything. But you do notice that there's a lot of agitation from this upper level, and one of these creatures is flying very quickly in this direction. The others are just kind of running out, and you can hear these scrabblings up above. What does this guy do? Oh, I already said. Yeah, he does not like this guy running away.
Oh god.
Oh no.
You know how lions love to chase things down and jump on top of them from behind? Well, this thing is a much larger, because I mean it's obviously the size of it's probably this token probably isn't big enough.
That's like a horse size, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty big, yeah.
Here.
So, do we still get our movement this round post lasso?
Sure.
Okay. So what are we looking at?
Hobbs killed my tokens, so I don't.
I got to get it back.
All
You guys
right.
want your tokens back? I don't even
Deal
know
with me.
how that happened.
So Hundolfar is dead?
We don't know yet.
Yeah,
Okay, I was about to say I'm kind of looking at. I want to. Now that the Griffin's left, I'm going to try to scurry over to him and see if he's alive.
The attack was like the Starship Trooper cow scene, that sensor.
Oh man, censored,
Like
yeah.
Oh god.
But I can still hear the bone crunching. It'll never leave me. I'll awake every night.
You guys are going to
horror.
be about half movement in there because you're having to pass through walls and follow that, and there's other stuff going on. in there.
Sure.
Okay. So I guess I'm just popping out at the corner then.
Right, so that's 2 hits.
He has only 4 hit points, man.
I don't know. I can't move.
Where would that put us half? Like about here? Wouldn't that put you outside?
Yeah, sure. You guys can make your way out.
At the corner or whatever.
Yeah. I'll put her out the corner with you. That's what it's trying to show.
Yeah.
So,
I'm having a hard time
obviously-
moving for some reason, but
Oh, you are?
well, outside the wall.
Oh, you know why? I bet the movement's still restricted by the stuff that I put out there. That's what you get. All right, so Carius, he was never prepared for fighting a griffin, even though it's wounded in all of his gladiator fights and gave him all those scars. Now his entire body has been rended.
Wow.
He takes 11 points, which is almost 3 times his hit points.
Jesus.
Oh, okay, so it's time to roll your death save, Gabriel.
Okay.
So this is the save versus death. If he fails, he's dead. If he doesn't, he's alive, but he really can't do much.
hmm
And we'll make a roll to see what his wounds are or what happened to him.
Which one is it?
Poison.
Poison. Okay.
You only need a 12.
Yay.
It survives with a vicious scar.
We'll see what it is. It may be worse than that. Like you might have lost an arm, or we'll see.
Yeah,
Oh, you got a
probably.
table? Nice.
All right.
Yeah, we got tables.
Lots of tables.
Nice.
Tables for days.
He's got tables. I got a table for
tables. You got lots and lots of tables.
Okay, so now what are you guys going to do?
I'll try to patch him up as best I can.
Oh, you're going to right now?
Well, I mean, if he's like got blood squirting out, yeah.
No, he's not. He's not.
He's not. He's stable. Okay.
Yeah, he's stable. I don't get into it that deep.
I have a 6 strength. I don't know if I can pick him up.
Move very slowly and try to leave, I guess. That's my thought.
Okay, Gabriel, you were at -2, you said?
Yeah.
Roll a D20 and a D6. Subtract 2. You have a con bonus?
Yeah, +3.
Oh, really? So
Oh, that's good.
+1.
D20 +1 or
Yep, D20 +1. So you want a high number on this.
Yeah. Oh no, that's
What do you
not
get?
good.
a 4.
A total of 4?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't bode.
That's not good.
What's the D6 for?
Oh, yeah, roll the D6. What do you get on the D6?
It's like a. These are the axe tables, is what it sounds like.
Not exactly.
Not exactly.
No.
2.
This is my own recreated.
Cool.
All right, so okay, so all of the lower ribs on one side of your body are broken and have punctured your internal organs. So you can only move at half speed, and anything you do is at -2, and you have to rest 2 turns of every 6, and you may not force march.
Okay, so he can walk. Like if I lift him up, and
He
I
can, but
okay.
it's only at half speed.
Okay.
And like I say, instead of it being 1 turn every 6 of rest, he has to rest 2. So every 3 turns, he would have to rest for 10
2.
minutes.
Is that forever?
No, that's negotiable.
Certainly, he's banged up pretty bad.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try to help him and help him walk. And
Okay, so it's you guys are in between this creature, and it's kind of going after Carius, and these
Yeah.
other creatures are coming.
we're leaving.
So they're like sprinting down, and this guy is flying towards you all. So are you going to try and move away as quickly as
Yes,
possible?
I'm making a beeline for
All right,
that
so
tree.
Hungelford can move, 2 squares per round?
Okay.
He could move 4, but he's at half speed.
I'll try to just hustle him over there as quickly as I can. If there's any way I can help improve his movement by letting him lean on me or something like that, or even like piggybacking, I could try that, but I'm just not very strong.
And what's the other group doing? You can trying to go in the same direction?
Maybe travel along the bushes along the coastline.
Right towards where the griffin is?
Oh yeah. Good point.
Whoa.
It's either that or we wait for him to attack something else and then we book it the other way. Like looking around the corner. He's like when we're in the open.
Yeah, maybe we just hunker down. I don't know.
Okay, so you guys are going to stay there.
Well,
So
I don't know.
this one is flying. These other ones are moving along.
No, I mean I think we would just book it.
Yeah, because we're gonna get swarmed if we don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to roll a d6. If it's a 5 or 6, it's going to stay here and feed. This is the large griffin.
Mm-hmm.
1, it's going to go after Inbara and Hundalfer, and 2. We'll say 1 on in Hundalfer, 2 or 3 the other group, or 4, 5, or 6. It's going to stay and feed. Okay.
All right.
Sounds fair.
So I just messed that up. So
No.
that means it's attacking this other group as they move down. All right, so these other creatures are mostly going to do whatever the other guy was doing. But I was going to roll, if it's 5 or 6, they're going to attack something. Otherwise, they're just going to go feed what it was feeding on because that's what they're used to doing. So this thing just flies over here. It flies over and starts eating Carius. You guys are moving, and this griffin actually comes at you guys. They're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, so
Inside.
Now it can't fly. It's on the ground, but it's kind of cut you off.
okay.
These guys are on the ground now.
We don't want to get surrounded though. My thinking is maybe we should light its nest on fire.
So book it to the middle and light it on fire?
Or yeah, I don't know, but like
Maybe.
So this
we're
is only-
currently facing it, so we've got to do something about like
You
it.
can only move 40. so it's not going to be able to get to you and attack.
Go
It
inside.
kind of comes right at you, and it's on its way towards you. You guys can move now, or attack, or run back into the building, or whatever you want to do. It's not in melee with you at this point.
Probably,
Can we move
probably
in?
too big. Yeah, probably too big to go inside.
I guess like I'm trying to decide, do we want to, we haven't actually damaged this thing yet. We've do we actually start fighting it or not?
We already have Imbara and Hundleford basically out of commission.
Well, not Ambara, but Hundelford and Carius.
You go inside.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because Larna has a bow or a crossbow she could fire and move. So that's why. And I have a javelin.
That's true.
Yeah, go ahead if that's what you want to do. Well, usually you have to move and then fire and BX.
Oh, good. That's actually a good point. So I guess let's just move inside.
Yeah, choke it. Use the door as choke point.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So you could like bristle your weapons all right there if it comes through. So you guys are moving to 2 hexes.
And she's gonna watch our back right here too.
Okay. What's the crippled group doing? Are you guys fleeing in the direction you said, Craig?
Yeah, but I'm also gonna look to my right and see if is there any alcove in this structure here or over here or anything like that? Or I guess I'm just scanning at the same time.
It looks like this whole portcullis fell, and whatever was going across here, there was probably like murder holes, from the second floor down, and that's what all this rubble is from. Is this had been destroyed? So you might have a 1 in 6 chance of finding a way to crawl into something, and this whole thing is heavily destroyed here.
Okay.
So on this side, it doesn't seem like it has the same damage on the outside. It's all the way through, and there's a lot of rubble. So, like I say, you get a 1 in 6 chance that there's something here, and then you can move up to here and check the same there.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask. I can still get this chance to see it, but also move. Okay.
Yeah, if it's there, then you can go towards it if you want.
Nope.
Yeah, if you don't spot anything, Hundolfer, you can look too if he says, "Hey, do you see a?" She, calls out.
Okay. Oh.
Damn.
All right, yeah,
Okay.
you don't need a cubby hole to hide in.
Yeah, well, we're still heading, I guess, west.
Yep.
In that
so you
direction.
can move 2.
Okay. So 2 squares. There we go.
Okay. All right. So, as an animal would do, this creature is going to try and fish its way in here. Let's roll initiative again.
Oh,
I think
man.
we're on
Go
Stu.
for it, Stu. Nice. Oh, curse you, Hobbs.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, no.
You guys have spears? No one has a spear, right?
Javelins.
Yeah, javelin doesn't count.
No, I've got my sword out anyways.
Okay, because like a spear, I'll usually let you do a first strike on, because as you're growing in. But if you don't, then that's fine. All right. So basically, what it's doing is it's just trying to claw its way in there, and you guys are kind of right at that spot where it could actually get you.
All right.
Unless you want to move back, I'll let you be back farther if you want. But I kind of got the impression you're trying to fight it off so it wouldn't get in here if it could. Is that true? Or
Yeah. I mean, if there's no middle ground, where we could be back enough to where it couldn't reach in, but we could also just step forward, poke, and step back, sort of thing. If it was in the entrance, that would kind
usually
of be.
If you're going to be able to attack it, it should probably be able to attack you.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I said. If we had a spear, maybe, but with swords.
Because that's a second rank. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
with its now, is it just going to be able to do the one attack like this?
Yep. That's what you would guess. Yeah. It's either going to have to snap in or.
I'm willing to risk it for a round, especially with Mr. +3 sword right here.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, so it's it's like a cat, obviously a lion, so it's got this massive claw, but it's huge compared to, it's your torso is the size of its paw.
You got a shield, you can sunder. Remember?
Yeah, we both have shields.
Yeah.
All right, I'm willing to risk it for a round. So
All right, yeah, so that would only hit AC.
I'm AC2. Are you AC2?
Yeah, it
I'm
doesn't
AC
matter.
1.
It's not going to hit either.
Oh,
of you guys.
AC1. Wow,
Yeah.
nice.
But you guys can go ahead and try and get it if you want to.
Yeah.
A 10 hit AC3, so
Did you put that +3 on your sheet?
Yeah, I think I got it.
Dope.
All right, I'll roll it up.
Yeah, it's not AC 11. Did you already go, Eric?
No, I'm rolling right now.
Misses as well.
And Larna is going to shoot her crossbow.
So
At this thing?
Oh, right. It's in melee.
Yeah.
No, she's just going to stand back.
this is kind of meta, but does the sword wielder know that it can do those magical powers, or is that something I have to discover?
Gosh, I don't do that in this game because it's a
Okay.
drop in, drop out, and I don't want to have to flow through it. So yeah, you can almost whatever reason you guys want to make up for, you can use it.
Oh, you can
Don't-
cast light on its eye.
Yeah, don't forget you could blind it if you wanted to.
Okay.
That's very fitting in the Holy Barracks.
Yeah.
All right. So are we gonna move back the step now?
I don't think it can cast light like that.
It's like
20
from the
feet light
sword.
from its glowing. Yeah.
Okay.
It can cast silence for 15 feet, but it can just whenever you want to, it can glow for a light spell that's only 20 feet.
I see.
Yeah. so
J.R. Hobbs over here.
maybe
that would have been cool though. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
maybe the light scares the creature. Just
Could,
suddenly
do a
shining.
display. Yeah, that might work.
All right. Should we step back inside now?
Yeah, next thing I'm going to do once we get a chance, I'm going to step back and flaming oil this thing.
Oh boy.
All right. So we'll take a step back.
Some more baby griffins.
Which
This
are
man-
man-sized, you know. so-
They're man-sized. Oh Jesus.
All right, so this is getting pretty late for me.
Yeah.
This is a long ass game. So what? You guys just gonna keep fighting until it leaves you alone? Right now, you're gonna try and burn it, right?
Yeah. I
All
just
right,
wanted
so-
to get away from us so we can run away.
Okay, so yeah, you guys use a turn. It's not gonna make it all the way in there. It tries to, but it's not hard for you to throw oil on it and light it for a turn. So go ahead and roll a d8. All right, so it's burning, and it takes 6 points of damage.
Since we backed away, can she shoot it with her crossbow too?
Sure.
Uh,
Misses. Imbara and Hundolfer, all of these creatures seem to ignore you, and they're going over to feed on whatever this guy is feeding on.
Okay.
So they're like throwing up poor Carius, and you can see like limbs flying into the air, and they're napping at it as they're clawing at it, you know, with their paws, you know, cutely as like, you know, cats do, wiping at their heads, and then lips flash.
Gnarly.
Tongues? Do Griffin have tongues? Yeah, I guess they do.
Sure.
yeah,
It's weird, but
you go
anyway.
for tongues.
Well, we keep beelining to the big tree there.
okay. So what? There is a loud cacophony. This creature is, you know, it's actually getting out its eagle squeal now because its wound has been healed by the friendly Imbara. And so now it is making that, so you can hear this screech echoing across the cliffs
Oh God.
Run away! Run away!
out into the bay.
Yikes.
But it's on fire. So what are you guys going to do now?
Should we run into the inner courtyard from here and then
Over
book
this.
it with those guys?
Yeah, like over like maybe like that, or because they're right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, exactly that.
Okay,
It's
so
on
you guys
fire.
are just going to run over there?
Yeah, it's on fire. It should be distracted.
Yeah, roll another D8. What'd you get?
4.
4? All right, yeah, so you can smell burning feathers and lion, just black smoke curling up off of the Rodashan fort. Eagle screams, screeching across the bay. Yeah, so if you guys flee, you'll be able to get away. Oh,
All right.
actually, you know what we'll do is there's 4 of you or 5 of you now. We'll use the rules. We got these rules. We should use them.
Yeah, retreat rules.
Yeah, let's use these evasion rules. It's only like about a 1 in 6 chance that they're going to chase after you at all. If they do, then we'll get into the evasion rules. All right, so yeah, they're not even chasing after you.
Awesome.
All right, so you guys get away with all the stuff that you had, at least from
Gnarly.
Griffin Tower.
Yeah, at least from Griffin Tower.
Wow.
Jeez Louise.
So Return of Chameleon Man
Wow.
2, Electric Boogaloo comes out.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, the problem is that it was only a couple hours from you're at 17 from night.
Right.
So Gabriel, what's your route here?
The Chameleon Rock.
Okay, so now it is nighttime. You can't force march.
Nope.
Nope.
He has to rest. So we have to camp, I guess.
Oh,
You got-
God.
You guys try and move into a camp.
Or carry him to the.
Yeah, you guys could try to carry him, make a
Well-
pavois or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe we should just do that.
Tie him to the pole.
Right. And just drag him. And then
And force march back down the hill to the beach, maybe.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are all going to be heavily encumbered because you're metal armor, carrying treasure, and Hundulfer, which really isn't a treasure, but
okay.
maybe to somebody. He's not dead, so that is something. It's going to be so you're not going to move as quickly.
Fair enough.
Hey, what do you think, Gabriel? What is that? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, let's better do that. Yes. At least they're
Alrighty.
not throwing down the cliff.
All right, so it's getting late enough. I'll make you a deal. No one carouses, and you guys can make it back safe.
Okay.
No carousing though, because we're just going to be done, and we'll
Because it's
just
getting late. Yeah, that's fair.
I'm okay with that deal. Gabriel?
Or we can do the whole thing out and see what happens.
Yeah, that's
Still
kind of
carouse and we'll push it.
If you're tired, we can just not do it.
Just
I
can
am.
carouse another time.
Yeah, perhaps. We'll see. All right, so you guys make it back to Sindanor. It's the next day, so you have to remove that food.
Yeah.
Alas, poor Carius failed. Larna got a session in.
And how many sessions do they need in your employee before they level?
Well, they won't be in your. The only way they would stay in your employ is if you played the next session. Otherwise, they go off into anyone's. But on the 4th session out, whoever they're under the employ, they have the opportunity to basically become a leveled character.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, I have a 10% bonus. I think. XP.
Okay, so how much money did you guys get?
Well,
Let's see.
we had
700 in amulets, right?
7 amulets.
6 pieces of silverite. How much?
Oh, are you guys selling the silver right now?
That's up to the party.
Yeah, you guys probably would because you don't know any better.
we don't.
Unless you do know better. Does anyone know better?
Does the dwarf know better?
He would now, yeah. It seems like he would be the main guy.
Does any player, Craig, do you even know why I'm asking or no?
Rastan probably would have said something too about that because he actually has some silverite. So yeah, I guess I would have heard that's actually really valuable as a trade item with a certain race that lives on the island. So it would be good to probably hold on to that, at least some of it.
Yeah, it has. It basically it's 1d6 They're each. I'm going to roll at one time, and all these pieces will be worth 1d6 gold pieces. But if you save it, then it's 3d6
Mm.
if you can trade it to the right people.
Yeah, there's like some like plant type people that really value this stuff.
I'd say save it then.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know how many pieces you have. You can just spread it across like it was a magic item or something then, or however you want to break it up. Or if one dude has a magic sword, don't give it to him or whatever.
Yeah, I'm happy to take a pass if I've got Chameleon Slayer.
There's 6, so 3 other players, so we each take 2.
Okay.
All right, so there's you have how much gold do you have?
Well, we got 700 gold in amulets.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the total. You don't have anything else, right?
No, just it was the silverite, and then like the.
Okay, so mark off 700. So mark off 70. Oh, are you guys going to pay the 10% or the 25%? It's a 25% tariff to the Blackguard if you don't want to tell anyone what's going on, just to get back into the gates. Otherwise, if it's 10% if you let everybody know where you were and what you did.
I'd say we tell them they can go mess with the Griffins if they want to.
Sure.
Okay,
I agree with that. 10%.
all right, so you would get 700 of the XP, but you lose 70 for the mix. So you have 630 gold to split up. So that's 105 a piece, right?
Let's
No,
say
it's
you call.
four
Are
of
you
you.
cool with that?
Is it divided by 5?
4, and then Gabriel was paying his guy up.
Oh, so it's by
Yeah, but
5.
he died.
He
He
died.
died, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, so yeah, don't worry about it.
So it is by 4, right? So 168 gold if
Okay,
you round
perfect.
up.
And then you can the XP wise, you get 1, 2, 5, 10 at 10. So that's 100 locations. I gave you one for getting to the chasm. So that's 200. So that's 350. So you each get 350 XP. Oh wait, another 100 for surviving. So 450 XP. Plus, the whatever you got for the 700 divided by 4 is not quite 200.
Okay, hold on, wait. So 700 XP divided by 4?
Yeah, because there's 4 of you, right? That was your
So-
treasure XP.
Another 175 XP for each player.
So that's 625.
And what's
Sounds
your
right.
ability score
Fine.
bonus?
Yeah, whatever your 10% is.
Or
5 or
5,
10 or whatever.
yeah.
556. Okay.
Did you say it was 168 GP? Awesome.
Well,
Oh,
I've got with a 10% bonus, it's 688. That's what I've got.
Nice. All right, so let's wrap this thing up. Who's done writing down whatever they're going to write down?
Did you guys get 656 XP? Or sorry, no, mine's different because I have the 5% bonus.
625
Yeah.
pays.
I
That's
got
out of my-
688 because I have 10%. Yeah.
All right, we'll start with Stu. Is there anything you wanted to say before we leave? Anything you want to pimp or anything?
No, just that this is my first time playing here, and it was awesome. So thanks, everybody.
Well, thanks for being a patron and having a fun game. So anytime you want to try to play, all you got to do, read all the community stuff, gather people up, and contact me, and we'll try and get a game going. Gabriel, anything you want to say? Sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
Now it was great to be back in Kalmatta, and hope to play soon again.
Good. Thanks, buddy.
Nice to meet Erik and Stu. Also, haven't played with them before.
Yeah, it's
but-
always fun to play with new people. I agree.
Yeah.
Erik, anything you want to say?
Yeah, thanks for the inaugural Kalmatta session. That was awesome. We did a lot of really crazy and stupid stuff, and it was exactly the right balance, and got some sweet treasure. And only a henchman died, just like God intended. So, yeah, thank you. That was a lot of fun. It was nice to meet you all.
Yeah, thanks for playing. What about you, Brasco? Anything you want to say?
Oh,
CraigBrasco.com.
Yeah, check out my website if you need some artwork done, CraigBrasco.com. And thanks for the game, and nice meeting you guys. It was really fun. Have a good time.
Yeah, I had a blast. You guys did a good job. You had a lot of fun, and I'm wearing a different hat today. We can show that. I forgot to put my OSR hat on, so I got the Mr. Goodwater hat on from work still.
All good.
Nice. And I hope everyone enjoyed this little trip down Mr. Hobbs's Gamerhood. Crazily enough, this is pretty much what it's always like.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, listen to Hobbs and Friends, Random Screen, and go to CraigBrasco.com.
Yeah.
Laters, people.